hello. Alright. Let me turn down a bit there. Welcome in. Welcome into, God, I didn't know definitely gonna do this often, but it's a bit of a, like, an unplanned stream, I guess, because, I mean, technically I, didn't have anything scheduled for today, but, I figure, it's a special occasion, since it's, it's Thanksgiving for those of you for those of you who celebrate. But first, happy Thanksgiving. They blame my day went, pretty decent. Not very much happened, but we kind of had a small dinner with just the family here. Seems pretty saucy though. I mean so far, I could probably see why, but yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes though. It sounded interesting though, but I figure I was debating about whether or not to stream today, because like I already have 4 streams set up for this week, but I thought that since does I am going to be getting my COVID and flu shots tomorrow, tomorrow afternoon at like 12:30. I wasn't 100% sure if it'd be okay enough to stream tomorrow for whatever for Alan Wake 2, but I figure I might as well just to do one of these just so like in case like if I have to cancel it or something like that, at least still get your 4 streams out. But yeah, I figure if I can make the God. I was just admittedly kind of super excited to be able to finally get back to playing this game again, because after oh, there's okay. So it's not the busy pause. Like, what? I don't know what the deal with that was. Yeah, I figure since since last time was which was like last Saturday, I think it was. I was just super excited finally to be able to get back to playing this again. It has been definitely interesting, I can tell you that. Here, let me. Just touch. Oh, sorry. They need to do a bit of adjusting, but it should be okay. Okay, bear with me for a second. Sorry, I have like a. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Ah, okay. Sorry, it was a little bit. It was kind of a little. Why is it going the wrong way? So weird. There we go, okay. So I was trying to adjust things because I know that the white space at the bottom of the screen is going to bother me if I try to deal with it now. If I don't let it go. So. Okay, things should be good. Nah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's get things started. Alright, pause. Then we'll go ahead and load in. Yeah, this last time we basically got through like the first. It was definitely a good chunk of like the second fragment map. I think we basically got through everything except for this pivotal fragment here. Then we got down a bunch of the supplemental ones. So at the minute it did kind of like the. Playing this thing a little weird, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. I think from the first dome on the first one, I think it did like it's this way, and all that. But yeah, let's go with it.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being sincere.
I'm gonna summon you for that though. Oh, come on. Yeah, I figure we'd do like a special stream just to cover things. But plus it's camera resistant chill, so it's not nothing to worry about though. But hey, it's camera's fun, so enjoying that.
I just had an awesome idea. Oh no.
Yeah, don't speed and boot right now. They love that.
I think you've had enough of those lately. At least make sure this one doesn't cause mass panic.
Yeah, it's the last thing we need. Mass panic.
I'm hoping for the opposite, actually. Anime X is coming up. Figured we could take Clace and Delta.
God, I'm most significant for the fact that there's like an actual like anime convention involved with this game, and the story.
It's happening again already? Feels like we just got back from last year's.
Yeah, it's fun to see. It is kind of wild, like with the. Because I think we were talking about the anime like during last stream, so like seeing much you mention that, it's like, oof. Hello, Ratio. Thank you for the head pats.
Wait, I think I heard about that. It's an anime convention, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
For nerds.
I'll go, but I'd feel like I'm out of the loop. Gotta be honest, don't think I've ever watched anime before.
Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good evening. Hopefully your Thanksgivings were good. Like, you know, if you celebrate them. If not, then hopefully your Thursdays were good.
Ooh, bold words to speak in front of Isaac.
I don't know that.
I think he just sealed his own fate.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're so sad about like putting his foot in his mouth, but it's probably fine.
I'm kind of a fan. A big fan. If you want, I can help you feel less left out.
Is it kind of funny they say that, considering the fact that he's voiced by Sean Chiplock, who's like a pretty prolific anime voice actor, at least in a way.
How can we do that?
I think, even though most of them are, but still, it's kind of funny. It was like, yeah, it kind of makes me sad nostalgic, but yeah. Yeah, so sorry to hear about that, but it's, I mean, I think at least he made it through, so always a good thing, way to think of it.
I guess I do have a lot of spare time. What would you recommend as my first show?
Yeah, at least for me, it was, you know, not a lot went on, because like the last couple of years, we haven't just, you know, a couple family members over our house, we have dinner, but, unfortunately, one of the people were coming in ended up getting COVID, so basically it was just me and my parents ate together. So yeah, whatever.
Good question. Let me think about that for a little bit.
Ooh, what about cosplay? We gonna dress up?
That'd be amazing to see cosplay. I mean, technically they already did with the D&D campaign, but
I think I'll just go as myself this year. Missed out on a lot of good photo ops last time.
you see them dressed up as like anime characters. That'd be kind of awesome though.
That's no fun.
Well, what would you suggest?
I suppose I can imagine the amount of anime characters that place to be able to think of it in a world like this.
Ooh,
That'd
we
be
could go
awesome
with
though,
the
actually.
Rebels characters we make.
Or you could do that too. That works.
No way we're making fantasy costumes in a week. But that is a good idea, especially if we want to LARP one day.
Oh, so it's establishing. Oh, so they were gonna make costumes for the anime convention, but they ended up also using it for the session. Okay, that's fun.
Maybe I should actually dress up? I mean, I don't want people causing a scene around me.
I think also work too. That's probably fine.
Just say you're cosplaying as Clace.
Okay, that works.
There's no way that'd work.
Yeah, but pretty sure most people are probably like not paying much attention to that, so I don't think it'd be a big deal.
Care to make it interesting?
Sure, let's do that.
Perhaps.
Feels kind of shallow betting on an actual person.
This one's definitely my second favorite. You know, Dante sprite. Paired his blushing one.
Can I get in on that actually?
I'll allow it.
Sure, why not?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I'll get recognized no matter what. How about if I do, I win. If I don't, then you all win.
That's what I think of it.
Win. And how do we know you won't cheat?
You think I want to get recognized and bring a swarm to us?
That yeah. I can imagine not.
Fair.
Trust me, I'll do my best to make sure you all win. It'll be fun. Like I'm an undercover agent or something.
Then, if you wanted to try it, then do you think it would make more sense if, like, they flip the prizes, like you know, the whatever, no big deal.
That does sound pretty fun, actually. But the bet isn't made. We need to know the stakes.
Maybe put it on the back burner for now? I mean, we still have until next week.
Yeah, they've got a lot of planning to do, so you can take your time.
Sounds good to me. Wanna start that binge in the meantime?
Sure.
Gotta love about the binge.
Anime party?
Anime party.
Sweet. Maybe in the living room. And just so you know, this is not a request.
Oh, but good old anime party sometimes. It's always fun. Alright. Next one.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being selfish.
I wish I forget about the fact that those were there. So they'd probably time a little better. You know, to keep a story like this somewhat in order. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll take that.
Hey,
What's up?
which one of you raided the fridge?
Don't look at me.
I don't even live there.
Thankfully.
Hey, I'm trying to help out here.
I bet it's probably either Dante or Delta. They probably raided the fridge.
Delta, what about you?
I accidentally read to remain silent.
Ugh, this could go on for hours. Whoever did it, just admit it so we can move on.
Sure.
Clays?
I've got it. What did we place?
I think it was me.
You think?
I'd be surprised if it actually was Clace. Huh.
Sometimes.
I bet.
Wait a minute. This could be problematic.
Well, jeez.
No, I'm sorry. I was just hungry and then it all snowballed from there.
I was gonna say, you ate some of the stuff I was saving for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, the quantum leap.
Why would you buy the food like, what is it, like 9 days before? It seems like a little excessive.
The what?
We'll get into that another time. Right now, I just have to ask, did you eat those gummies?
Oh god, if there were gummies I'm thinking of, it's to be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Wait a minute. Doesn't that mean...
It does.
Oh jeez.
You're starting to freak me out.
There's the first symptom, paranoia.
He's gonna have a trip later, that's for sure.
Symptom of what?
Are you still eating right now?
Yeah.
And there's the second. Those, weren't regular candies, Clace.
Oh, so okay. Kind of figured that.
You mean...
I do mean.
But I ate all of them.
It begins.
Oh jeez. He's gonna be tripping soon.
We get to witness his downfall in real time.
That'd be fun to see though, to just still see in motion.
What's gonna happen to me? Am I in trouble?
Well, actually,
Just take a nap. I think it'll be fine after this.
Taylor, stop. You're gonna be fine, Clace.
Really?
I hope so.
Yeah, you're just gonna be hungry. That, and you'll probably have the best sleep ever.
I mean, after eating an entire set of gummies like that.
Wait, for real?
Maybe.
If you handle it well, yeah. You could always pull a Taylor.
hey, don't drag me into this. I want to sit back and watch for once.
Like you did the last time you ate gummies?
Wait, what did he do?
So, do you see pictures? That sounds
He
amazing.
called each of us like 50 times. It wouldn't stop. Wanted us to come watch some dumb film he rented.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he went on and on. Kept saying it was the best movie ever.
I just wonder how many times you actually watched the movie. Probably watched it like 10 times on his own, and then after that.
In my defense, it was really good.
You were staring at a lava lamp.
Nice.
It was riveting.
It was an interesting level lamp for sure. Like that.
So nothing bad will happen then?
Probably not. But I still have some gummies of my own. Maybe I'll come over and spend the night with you.
Can you bring the lava lamp?
Sure thing, Bubblegum.
Oh, that sounds amazing though.
Oh no.
Now I'm starting to feel left out.
Where's the damn? The damn one's over there. Have to. Yeah, he's taking a nap. It's gotta be sleepy somehow, especially after all the Thanksgiving food. But iPhone. Welcome in.
Taylor, you have enough for all of us?
After you embarrass me in front of him? No way.
Fair. Rude, but fair. I'll just go buy some for me and Dante.
Yeah, my show's doing fine. Yeah, we'll do. He's sitting right next to me. Just did a just give him a little pet. I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Yeah, we can see what this lava lamp is all about.
So it's lame when I do it, but when Clace does it, it's a party.
Well, I mean, it's Clay's, so what do you expect?
Kinda, yeah.
True.
Well, I'm sorry to say that you lost your chance.
Fine, we'll just go buy a second lava lamp.
That's something worse for someone who's high. Seeing like 2 lava lamps at once.
There's a sequel?
Oh my god, yes.
Hold on, I have an idea. Let's plan a slumber party. It'll be way better. Clace can ride this one out, and next time we can group up.
Fine, but I still want to spend the night with Clace. I say that because I'm already on my way over.
Oh, good. That's fun.
Let's see how he feels about that.
I'd be interested to see, though, honestly. That'd be fun.
Clace?
The chat is silent for a few minutes.
He's passed out in a mountain of potato chips.
What? I missed all the fun.
Ouch.
Good thing we planned the slumber party.
Well, it's a good thing that he's in the same building, so we can keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
which is good.
The place just showed up early, apparently. It's no big deal. More time to buy gummies anyway.
Okay.
And a second lava lamp.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of money too buying a second lava lamp. I'm not sure like how much lava lamps normally are completed.
Fine, but I'll have to buy more food too. A lot more food.
More food?
Okay, good. Alright, next one.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being sarcastic.
Yeah, still shut up, okay. Just shoot to the message, just keeping an eye on the screen, make sure everything's still moving. Alright, next one. 4 more to go, and then we can move on to the last battle fragment, so that's good.
Hey Dante, I have a question for you.
Yes?
Go for it.
Sure.
Well, it's just, you're such a funny guy.
Thanks, but that's not a question.
That's part of the question. Just listen for a second.
I mean, I've read all of your books. Your sense of humor doesn't slip in there at all.
And then I started eating garbage.
Of course I did.
Oh, you want to know why?
Yeah, something like that. You're known for all the drama and tragedy. I kind of thought you'd be a different person.
More dark and mysterious?
So obviously I really appreciate Dante. He's just sarcastic. That's why I always just love this guy. He's definitely something for sure. Alright.
Yeah, but there's definitely a mismatch.
I could say the same for you.
Sure, why not?
Huh?
You're a completely different person when you're performing. Those dance moves, that personality, it's just so extravagant.
It's all part of the job.
Yeah, they gotta put on an act, apparently.
Then I guess my answer might be the same. It's just what sells and what I'm good at.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. But now I have another question.
What's up?
How am I different in person? Like, if you had to describe it.
So he's mostly just like normally super chill.
A lot more quiet. Definitely reserved. I don't feel like you're moments away from belting out a solo, but actually I think that's good. It's more like the real you.
Which is nice. Can't complain about that, really.
The real me, huh?
Huh.
Yeah, I think we all have our work personalities. Even Isaac is a different guy on the clock.
I mean, he didn't seem too different back whenever we met up at the store to give him his lunch. So, I mean, who knows?
Different how?
Well, I mastered my retail voice for one. It's super important when you work in sales.
That's your retail voice for that? It seems kind of strange that they would go through with that, though. Honestly, huh? Interesting.
Retail voice?
Retail voice.
Yeah, just speak a higher pitch with exaggerated enthusiasm.
I think this sometimes end up doing that too, and not like intentionally, but it just comes out sometimes.
Does that actually work?
Sure, why not?
I have some of the highest numbers in the district, so you tell me.
I'll take your word for it.
There you have it. We all act different when we're working, but to answer why, I guess I use my writing as an outlet. With all the dark stuff out of the way, I'm just left with what you get.
Oh, I mean, that works.
I bet you could write a good comedy, though.
That'd be interesting to see him write comedy, though.
Yeah, but then things would switch around. A funny book would mean a dull Dante.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Dull enough already.
And there's Taylor, like clockwork.
What's your show up like that?
I can never pass when there's such a clear shot.
Wait, how is Taylor different when he works?
Good question.
Yeah, I actually don't know. And here I thought it was a universal rule.
Streaming is totally different, though. Your personality is the thing that sells you. Can't afford to cover that up or make a fake one.
That's a good point. I mean, technically it applies to all of us do it.
Not entirely true. Some people stream in character.
Yeah, especially when they VTube.
He's already enough of a character.
like in a way. And I think more applies more to like the the anime VTubers compared to like the free VTubers.
I'd take offense to that.
At
but
least it's
true.
leaning more towards
I
that.
have to tell them that I'm the same in real life.
If I didn't know you, I'd find that one hard to believe.
That's also fair.
I'm actually a little nervous. I hope I don't kill the energy when I'm guesting. Knowing how wild you can get, I'm kind of intimidated.
It might be a good time to tap your stage personality then. Your fans will all be watching, remember? They expect to see you. Or, at the very least, the you they perceive you to be.
Oh, okay, so this basically set like before play shit up on Taylor's stream. Okay,
I guess so.
it's kind of cool
like
though.
being the real me. Haven't had much practice, but I'm enjoying this vacation.
Well, it's just for one night, Clace. As soon as it's over, you can go back to normal. You don't have to act around us. We like you for who you are.
By the way, they didn't have like dress up in his outfit for to put him on.
Really?
Totally.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Thanks. I'm glad I got to meet Isaac and everyone else too. Definitely made this hiatus worth fighting for.
Never underestimate the power of friendship. Dante and Isaac have helped me out more times than I can count. And when you need it, we'll be there to help you too.
You will?
Sure.
Yeah. Whenever you need it.
Yeah, that's what friends are for, huh? That's all we need. Okay, next one.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being sociable.
We'll see if this one's actually set around the B&E session. I think they did what they call the man. Rebels or something, whatever. Find me out.
Hey, are you checking out Taylor's stream?
Oh, it's happening?
Yeah! Him and Clace are live right now. I've never seen his viewer count this high before.
That's amazing, though.
People are going wild on social media, too. I think he's about to set some records.
Oh.
A free celebrity endorsement. I'm not surprised. Wish I could get something like that for my next novel.
And then, unfortunately, it's not going to mean anything since he's not the big partner after that.
Well, it's not just for Taylor's benefit.
Which is a shame.
Clace is blowing up as well.
A pop idol. Blowing up even more?
Well, there's not a lot of crossover between their two audiences. Equal opportunity for both of them to make a big splash.
Do you think Clace expected that to happen?
I kind of figured it probably would, especially with the... Especially with, him in place.
What, you mean like an ulterior motive?
He did say he'd talk to his publicist about it, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this ended up being a business decision.
Sure,
For some
but it just that
reason,
works.
I doubt that.
Dante is right, you know.
Whoa, he's watching.
Always.
Yeah, it has a phone, so yeah.
Shouldn't you be paying attention to the stream?
Yeah, but especially since I can imagine he's probably getting a bunch of notifications like blow up his phone.
Just taking a quick beauty break. Don't normally have a camera on me like this.
Oh, you guys must be on some sort of delay. Want to elaborate while you're here, at least?
Well, when I offered to stream with Taylor, I just thought it'd be fun.
Thank you for the head pats.
Really
Welcome in,
wild.
dude.
Passion for me, profit for them.
How we doing? How was your Thanksgiving/Thursday?
You could have just done it without telling them. Isn't that why you wanted this hiatus to begin with?
I guess, but that would
Was
feel
that back?
wrong.
Nice. Okay.
This kind of thing will definitely affect my public image.
Yeah,
I promised that if anything major came up, they'd know right away.
Thankfully, at least the last few years, I haven't to worry too much about actual traveling during Thanksgiving. Aside of when I have to work, but yeah, I think it's mostly just been Christmas where I had to actually go out somewhere. But yeah, Thanksgiving's thankfully been pretty chill.
Makes sense to me. I mean, look at the viewer count. It'd be hard to find a stadium you could fit that many people in. This is like one of your biggest concerts. And then some.
I just have my family rather not. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm glad to be on now. Yep. Yeah, so it definitely did at least manage to you survive all that. So I'm glad to be able to take a seat, just lay back, and just chill.
And nobody is expecting me to sing. Gotta say, I kinda like the lack of expectation.
I was actually reading an article about that. They say you're about to start a new trend.
Yeah, Thomas for a lot of decided to go back to playing Sparkle already, because at least that this game is chill. You have to worry about, you just focus on the story, not to worry about actually playing the game.
Really?
Makes sense to me. You don't see many celebrities stream, but here you are, even more famous than you were before.
Yeah, I'm refreshing my feed, and all I see is Clace and Taylor. People are saying you bridged a gap and made history.
I was like just them on the front page, apparently.
Wow, keep putting the pressure on.
Jeez.
Oh, sorry.
We're just excited for you. Gotta say, though, I'm feeling the need to brag.
I think I'll stay humble on this one.
Kind of hard to believe from you, Isaac. Time passes as we all watch the stream in our own rooms.
You know, Clace is actually pretty good at video games.
Ooh.
Either that, or Taylor is letting him win.
That means wonder what they're playing.
I don't know if Taylor is capable of that. These things are a matter of pride, remember?
True. Unless he has a crush. Remember how bad he was at games when we first met?
God, just imagine Taylor and Clace being shipped together like that.
Also true. But are you okay with that? I mean, do you want your man with Taylor?
Sure, why not?
For the last time, we're not dating. But even if we were, I wouldn't mind. Taylor's a good guy, all things considered.
A good guy outside of the fact he wants to get in your pants, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's a lot of things to consider, Isaac. Good to know you're open like that, though.
I guess Taylor's philosophy is rubbing off on me. It makes me happy to see all of you having a blast together.
Yeah, I mean, that thing worked
When
too.
Clace arrived, I was worried our dynamic would suffer.
Well, it's still working out, though.
And here it is, doing better than ever, setting records, too. Gotta say, I'm glad you reminded me this was happening.
Working hard again?
Already working.
You know it, but I deserve a little break. How long do you think they're gonna go for?
Looks like they've set a goal for an impromptu 12-hour stream, and it looks like they might hit it. But wait, they definitely will. Oh, they just did.
Oh god, 12 hours. It's been here for a while, though.
A little break becomes a big break. Hold on, I'll cast the stream to the living room TV. Want to grab some junk food and meet me there?
Sure, on my way. Oh, and it's a race.
I immediately put my phone down and sprint to the living room. That one's kind of cute. I like that one. Oh, that was fun. Man. Okay. Next one.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being suspicious.
Everybody, I have good news.
His tone sounds like it's not to be as good as I would think.
Oh, yeah?
What happened?
You know that promotion I've been aiming to get? I just scored an interview with the higher-ups at Argus.
Yes, there we go.
No way.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this in one of the purple fragments.
See? I knew you'd get it.
But that is the exact opposite of what you said last time.
I said that we need context for, so there's probably just gotta remember to actually do it in order during the next fragment map.
Yeah, don't think we forgot about that one, Dante. Either way, I'm looking forward to the treat that you promised.
Treat?
Dante took some shots at Isaac last time he talked about this promotion. Something about not trusting Isaac with more responsibility.
It's what kind of treat do we want, though?
Ouch.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's why Dante doesn't get a treat. This type of thing is only for Isaac's best friends.
Do I get one? I mean, I believe in Isaac.
You weren't even there when it happened.
Wow.
I'll allow it, actually.
Hold on. What is the treat exactly? Or were you just trying to tease Dante?
You know, I haven't even thought about it. But this is a big promotion. It'll require a big celebration.
Then how much okay with that?
If you get it, you mean.
When I get it, you mean.
It's getting cake or just getting drunk. It'd be either or, honestly.
Hey, stop the bickering. Just hope that Isaac gets the job. It's not that hard. Everything will be better if he does. More money, more power.
True.
Fine, okay. I hope you get the job, Isaac, and I'm sorry. Don't you think the timing of this is a little odd, though?
Yeah, I mean, it would help for, the places with Chiron, but yeah.
No? I've been working hard. Probably the hardest I've ever worked.
But immediately after that nonsense with Chiron, you step on their toes and they invite you to their HQ.
And you still don't know about it, so hey.
He's got a point, you know.
I think he's just being salty. He didn't believe in me then, and he doesn't now.
It's not like that, Isaac.
Why is this so hard for you then?
I don't know. Look, you know I care about you, Isaac. I'm just pointing out that the timing is a little odd.
It would be kind of weird, though, to have that, though, honestly.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Isaac looked into this already, remember? There hasn't been any heat on us. Not even a little.
It's barely been a week.
Your worries are founded, but you're killing the vibe. We should be happy for Isaac, not filling him with fright.
It's okay. I'm not scared, and I know we're gonna be fine. In fact, I can even use this interview to prove it.
Sure, why not?
How?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can explain this in a non-tech way. Back at work, I actually outrank the PCs we use. They hold me back. But at Argus HQ, I can take full advantage of my security clearance.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, but that shouldn't really be surprising. All the power is within Argus's headquarters. Retail outlets only get a fraction of that.
So I guess we could do that, or you can just like try to sneak into the building.
Then how do you know we're really safe? All the data on us could be at a higher level.
I can see enough at work to give me peace of mind, but I can take a look at Argus's HQ for your sake. Anything I can do to make you less worried.
Okay, that works for me.
Like how you gave Chiron social media and stuff. Are you sure you won't get in trouble for this?
Most people would, but remember who you're dealing with. I can cover my tracks better than the best in the business.
Yeah, it was pretty smart. I mean, managed to make make adjustments to his house for like months, and nothing, not a problem there. I don't know what's right now.
Underestimated you, Isaac. Snooping around in their own HQ. Always thought you'd be more timid in the end.
Nah, this is where I'm the most confident. Hopefully after this, you'll start to trust my abilities.
At all, I was like being a troublemaker. That's a surprise or something.
If it's truly just an interview, then I'll yield forever. But until then, I believe a tiny bit of paranoia is justified.
Fair. Actually, it's on Friday, so I can tell you all about it at the tavern. I'm pretty sure it'll be multiple interviews, too.
Never liked those. I know Tech never had to like do one of those, but it sounds so bad that you have to like, you know, be prepared for multiple interviews.
Multiple interviews? I hope you get called back then. What position are you up for exactly?
It's actually a step above my current boss. He runs one store, but they want me overseeing multiple. I basically just sit in their HQ and monitor the district's sales numbers.
So essentially just a district manager?
Promoted above your own boss?
That'd be amazing though, actually.
Yeah, he's not interested in all that extra stuff. In fact, he personally recommended me for the promotion. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I earned this. It's not a trick.
I'm starting to believe, I'll say that much. Just give us an update on Friday, and I'll look forward to it. In fact, I can't wait to party with some peace of mind.
Yeah, talk about a night to remember.
That'll be interesting to see, though. That'd be a big kind of attended that, though, I think. Alright, next one.
Experience supplemental fragment. Being sleepy.
What's the question? I gone yes or no? I would say yes, but it kind of depends on like what kind it is. Because like if it's like a alcohol style like eggnog, probably not usually into that. But like regular store bought eggnog, I did definitely go for that.
Hey, I have a suggestion for our slumber party.
What is it? Oh, by the way, I stocked up on those gummies. I have enough to share, but you should still pick up your own.
Way ahead of you, actually. Anyway, what's the suggestion, Dante?
Oh, okay.
Rebels and Revels.
So it's the front setting that up.
What and what?
Only the hottest tabletop RPG in the world. I'm thinking we start a campaign and make it a weekly thing.
Not a bad idea. Let me guess, you'll be the GM?
Not a chance, man. Writing is my job. You think that's what I want to do in my off hours?
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Is it hard to do?
Nah,
Oh,
not
jeez.
really. It's so easy, even Taylor could do it.
Well, now I'm gonna do it. Purely to spite you, of course.
Spite makes a good GM, actually. You want to put your players through some tough times.
I mean, that'd be an interesting way to do it. Even though I'm saying I've like no experience with playing D&D because I'm never really bothered, but I'd be total to have that.
I'm quaking in my boots, trust me. That is, if you're all down to do this.
Sure, I'm down.
Yeah, sounds good to me. What about Chiron?
what about him?
I'd hate to leave him out of this. It's a group thing, and I kinda made him part of our group.
I don't know if letting him into our home is a good idea yet. Your heart is in the right place, but yeah.
Hasn't he basically turned that jet into his home? I mean, he spends all his time hiding out in there, right?
So I think it's basically just establishing like, why he said, you know, communicating like through that tablet. It's pretty cool though.
Maybe we should host the game over there. That way we can involve him and stay under the radar.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. But remember, you're only here for a few months. There's no way we'd be allowed back in when you leave.
Ah, that is true though.
I guess that's fair. But I'd like to stay a part of your campaign. Maybe I can hop on a video or voice call to stay in touch.
That'd be awesome. And there's our solution for Chiron, too. We'll just get him here through a call.
This is actually starting to sound pretty fun. But hopefully one day you can let him inside your house. Even if we include him like that, he could still feel left out.
We should see the day when you finally be able to let him in the house. That'd be kind of fun though.
True, but like I said, it's best to not take that risk just yet. If anyone investigates his records, that'd be the first place they check. Best to avoid putting a target on us until we're absolutely certain.
Good idea. I'm still feeling a bit nervous about all of this. But a weekly campaign might be a nice escape.
That'd be a fun time.
What bothers you? Those gummies might make it more interesting too. I can already picture you. A GM under the influence.
Yeah, the imagination with that is gonna be insane though if that's the case.
I'll make it a journey to remember.
Yep, this is how we die.
I mean, I'd love to see a special tab where the GM was like just high as hell. That'd be interesting, honestly. But I would like that. Oh man. Okay. All right, last one.
Experience pivotal fragment. Calm before the crime.
Oh, so it's not the second part of the. Oh, that's the second part of Rebels. Okay, that's interesting. I believe this was to follow. Huh. Weird. Anyway, I'll deal with that though. I slowly make my way toward the Wayfarer, passing the town square. There's a large gathering of Zeros, simply standing there. Some carry signs. The protest was in full swing, and their cause surely had some numbers behind it. If that's how many people were in a colony, then those things must be huge. Without realizing it, I make eye contact with the family of Zeros. I shake my head, suddenly embarrassed at the unintentional staring. They smile at me, and I choose to smile back. At least they weren't weirded out by what I just did. They hand their child an apple. After taking it, they start skipping around the town square. They're holding a doll in the other hand. It has a smile just as wide as them. But not nearly as wide as the parents who watch their child enjoy the city. It's as if they were fighting not only for themselves, but for the future of every Zero. After skipping and jumping around the town square, the child stops and looks at me. I wave at them, and they wave back before returning to their parents. As they embrace each other, I take it as my signal to leave. But I leave with the rising hope that I'll get what they want. I round the corner and see the Wayfarer almost immediately. As soon as I do, I see my friends stand around the entrance. It's like Taylor said at the R, I should be late like always. Isaac is knocked down, taking what appears to be a drone. Dane watches him work, and I can't help but feel concerned. Messing with the drone mere moments before we're sneaking Chiron? This had to be related to everything going on. As soon as I reach my friends, I make a noise, like I'm clearing my throat. This instantly gets their attention, and hugs are exchanged.
Hey, Delta! I was just showing everybody what I've been up to. Figured I could start without you since I kinda talked about it at the diner.
That's true. He definitely gave me a crash course at the diner. Or in this case, crash may not be the best word to use. I know we can control them, and they run on his code.
I wish he didn't have to do it out in the open, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Isaac looks pretty suspicious right now.
I mean, can't we help that, though?
Definitely no need to correct that.
Sure, why not?
But the security on these things is top-notch. If he was doing something wrong, then alarms would be blaring. I've seen people look over and they don't seem to care.
Really?
Clays has it right. See this little blue light? If I didn't work for Argus, it'd be red. And not only that, but it'd call for help. We'd be surrounded by more drones, and they'd record us. And that's only until the Argus agents arrive to arrest us, of course.
Yeah, time close, that's for sure.
What are you doing, though? You keep saying you'll explain.
Oh, I'm changing the patrol route on this drone. Gonna have it watch the area while we're inside. You know, just in case anything happens tonight.
Oh, that'd be smart. Just to, you know, to play it safe.
Are you expecting anything to happen? Like, did something happen at your interview?
I mean, it's part of just being paranoid, but, you know, it works.
Other than me nailing it? Nope. Even got invited back for a second one.
Nice, love that.
Oh, really?
Yep. And you were all worried for nothing.
I wouldn't exactly call it nothing, but it's good to know we're safe.
That's good to hear, though.
I think he meant to say congratulations.
Right. Sorry.
Or that, too. Isaac stands up and throws a piece of paper from his pocket. Without missing a beat, he hands it over to Dante.
This is just a piece of paper that says my words.
Yeah, you can go ahead and eat them now. Can't believe you doubted me, man.
Oh, I love there's a way of doing that. That's kind of amazing.
I can definitely believe it.
Seconded.
Looked at me in place for back up, but we just shrugged. Isaac stuck to his word and delivered exactly what he promised. If I were Taylor or Dante, this would be a turning point in how I felt.
I'm just glad we're all safe.
Yeah, thankfully. I nod.
Yeah, and I plan to keep it that way. I can check again during my follow-up interview. It's not scheduled yet since New Year's Eve is so close.
With a smirk, he lets go of the drone and stands up. It immediately flies off, sticking to whatever route he planned. It's impressive to see him do this. He really is a genius when it comes to tech. I don't understand a piece of paper, but somehow worse knows that it has to eat it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too whenever I saw that. I'm not surprised that's what he went with.
Besides, they're super.
Also, hi, Tim. Welcome in.
Cypher and Hermes thing. I'm surprised they even had time for an interview given this situation.
Yeah, I guess we picked the perfect time to do all this stuff.
Yeah, that works for me though.
You mean Isaac picked the perfect time. When you say it the other way, I feel like an accomplice.
Technically, you are. But before you can cut in with some snark, I have a question. What did you do at the interview, Isaac? To check if we're safe, I mean.
Don't use these colors. Actually, yeah, that is true though. Huh.
Oh, good question. This actually goes all the way back to our nightclub outing. You know, when Dante dropped those bottles on the street.
So much for never mentioning it again.
Yeah, then it's actually true. It has similar colors to that. That's pretty cool.
I should thank you for it, actually. It gave me the perfect opportunity.
Seriously?
Yep. Sure enough, a drone came by to clean it up. But since litter is illegal, it had to look up street cam footage. That's the first thing they do. Try to find out who's responsible. I knew that there'd be no data on Chiron, which is bad. It would immediately flag him as a zero and get us in trouble. I rushed to create his identity and even uploaded facial data.
Facial data?
Yeah. It scanned our faces and looked for a match in the database. Because I was fast enough, it was able to find Chiron's as well. So, we may be guilty of litter, but nothing more. I promise.
Well, I mean, let's just hope it's only a minor infraction instead of like something big.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's being smart.
Yeah, and it was easy to look into during my interview. When I was at their HQ, all I had to do was pull up the incident report. If we were in trouble, there'd be notation, or the case would be escalated.
And it wasn't?
Nope. It was marked closed by an Argus agent. Just something about drunk friends having a good time. All of our names are clear in the system. Trust me.
Nice. That's good to hear, though. Cameron stops and breaks his silence. I wonder why he was just standing there.
Now I know why you wanted all those photos of me after the nightclub. Too bad. Thought maybe you came back outside to ask me on a date.
That'd be nice to see, though.
He probably wants to.
Maybe. I guess it could.
Couldn't blame him.
He laughs, trying to signal that it was a joke. At least now I know what Isaac did when he went back outside that night. With Big Brother vibes. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing they were going with this. Like with the old Arts Corporation thing. There's the whole gist of it basically like there's this whole thing where like you have like a point system, and like if you do something bad you lose points, but if you do good stuff you gain points. But if you like ran out of points and didn't kicked out of city, or actually I think if you kicked out of city, I think you basically just like stuck in the streets, not being able to do anything really. So you're basically homeless, honestly.
And sorry for not being too talkative. All this city talk goes right above my head. At least I know what those flying things are now.
Which is good. He must be talking about the drones. I guess these topics would be pretty intimidating for him. I can't even imagine the culture shock of entering the city walls.
Well, I don't think we'll need to talk about that stuff anymore. Taylor and Dante just wanted me to put their minds at ease. And I think I did?
I hope so.
Definitely made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. Feel a lot safer, too.
It's true. I could tell the tension in the air was fading away. It helps to know that we're truly under the radar without suspicion. Especially as tensions rise and Argus' presence increases in the city.
I'm just as happy as them to leave this stuff behind. And if we're safe, maybe I can even come to New Year's Eve.
It's starting to look more and more hopeful. But let's focus on tonight. We still need to get you inside.
Then just imagine how much blast the New Year's Eve party will be here. That'd be fun.
Back door, right?
Yeah, but it can't be all of us. Some of us should enter the front door at the same time. If anything, just to make sure that the door guy is occupied.
Everybody knows it, Isaac.
What?
Well, I'm pretty sure I speak for all of us here, but this was your idea, so you need to do the dirty work.
So he used to be the front door guy. I'm sure he'll probably manage it, though.
Yeah, we'll all go in the front. You two can sneak in the back, but we'll save a table. So.
Oh, okay. So you beat the back door guy. Okay, I see.
Sorry, Isaac, but I feel the same way. I can't risk getting caught as much as you can.
All right, that's fair. I just imagined a bit more teamwork.
I mean, it still works, though.
We're
Somehow.
causing a distraction for you, Isaac. If they have to ID all of us, you'll have more time. Maybe you should be the one saving a table for us.
Isaac shrugs and nods, realizing Taylor is right. This was a team effort, and it's just about time for Isaac. I look over at Kyron and see a hint of warrior made on his face.
What should we do if people start to suspect me? Or report me? Just thinking worst case scenario.
Like, you still look over and see, oh my god, that's not wearing a shirt!
Run, most likely.
Maybe we should have some sort of code word? Something to tip each other off, but not make a scene?
Like a spy movie?
Everybody just yells, Cantaloupe, run! Cantaloupe!
Like a
Oh, maybe
spy
that's...
movie.
Maybe we could say we're in the mood for vodka.
Bad idea. I already am.
That's fair.
How about karaoke? We can use that as the code word. I could even sing to cause a distraction.
Do they have karaoke in there?
That'd be nice if they would, though.
Yeah, loaded with a ton of songs, too. Maybe you can sing one of your own, Clace.
If I need to, I will.
Perfect. If we need a distraction in the bar, Clace can get on stage. But what do we do? Just make our way back home? What if they send out agents or drones to catch us?
Just lock the hell out of the house. Just like barricade yourselves in.
Run, most likely. But I doubt it'll ever come to that. The scans should work just fine. But I am prepared.
I don't know if it's very long, but I like them. Yeah, I'll admit that I haven't really spent much time with them either, but I mean, they seem pretty nice for the most part. Isaac waves his phone in front of us with a smirk.
I can pull up a live map to help us avoid any drones. If we need to, we'll make it back home without a trace. Is that good? Can we go inside and party now?
Everyone looks at each other and nods. It seems that we had an entry plan and several exit plans. No matter what happened, we'd be prepared to take on the night. I'm a bit worried about potentially leaving Clace behind while he sings. But the more I think about it, the more I think he'd be okay. Artists wouldn't make a move on an idol while they're performing. Would they? I just hope that things went smoothly. It was good to be cautious up to a point. After a while, you're just overly paranoid. Thankfully, Isaac dealt a big blow to any paranoia. Even Dante seemed ready to party, which was saying something. And so, we head inside, our bond feeling as strong as ever. I just hope it stayed that way. Okay, for the ending parts. But first, actually, I think do we have a journal entry? We do not. Okay, that's good. Alright, time to move on.
Experience culmination fragment. Wayfarers.
Yes, I'll admit I'm actually part of their Discord server, but I haven't really spent much time in there. I think I was probably dealing with like some sort of issue. Not sure. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. But with Heavy Baby? Something. As soon as we entered the Wayfarer, we asked to show our ID. Of course, we all obliged, except for Isaac and Kyron. I can see that their infiltration was already successful. The security guard gives us a nod as we each scan our phones. A picture of our face and name pops up, which compares to us in person. Obviously we pass, and a few months later, we're officially in. It's an interesting sight. We're seeing Isaac and Kyron sitting at a table. As you are breaking bread with city folk, this is how things were before Komarebi. Back then, before the system, everybody could existed in unity. Of course, it's just wishful thinking. I know the truth. The world was on the brink of all-out war before the visions came. I guess there was always conflict and social divides, no matter what. It's almost like we're fixated on our need to be different, or superior. At least that's the way Argus thinks, making the Zeros revel in the streets. I would never look down on Chiron and even publicly painting the supports the Zeros. Perhaps we're approaching unity for the first time in history. The sight before me only enforces that this piece is attainable. Blah.
Took your sweet time, I see.
We're not living in the fast lane like you.
Huh, should I slow down?
Nah, wouldn't be nearly as fun.
I bet. We'll pull out a chair and sit down at the table.
So, you all want a round?
I'm down.
What do you recommend?
Like, given just you pay for it all, just given the discounts.
A screwdriver would be nice.
Sure.
I don't know this drink.
It's like orange juice and vodka.
What's vodka?
It's like orange juice and happiness.
Okay, this stuff works.
Sure, I'll take it.
Round of screwdrivers then?
We all nod, implying that it's time for Kyron to go. If he ordered and got IDs successfully, then we'd be in the clear. Feels like such a risky play, but Isaac's confidence is contagious.
This better be a real drink. If you're pranking me, I'm gonna get you back.
Cross my heart.
Yeah, thankfully it is a real drink, so they would be good.
Hope to die?
I wouldn't go that far.
True, that's fair.
We'll see.
He leaves the table and starts walking toward the bar.
He sure likes a joke about Argus killing us, huh?
Joking about serious stuff is a valid way to cope.
Yeah, I know that they definitely go through that a lot, that's for sure. Still kind of crazy, though. Alright.
There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, I said valid, not the best.
I mean, either way works, though, so hey.
Speak for yourself, guys. I don't mind my life being used as a punchline.
That is the most Isaac thing you've ever said.
Speaking of Argus, I have a question.
What's up?
Let's look down his diary by keeping it turned away from us. I can see his eyes scanning the pages, like he's touched it up on notes.
Remember that incident report you mentioned? Are you sure you didn't notice anything weird about it?
And it lists the sections that definitely like more, especially since there's like less noise to deal with.
Almost certainly.
Alright. Did you check out my profile?
No, I'd never snoop.
Or outside of it, maybe Chiron.
Yeah, snooping is bad. Wouldn't want you seeing all the mischief I get up to.
Ah, I see.
You? Mischief?
It's quickly becoming my middle name.
We all looked at each other for a moment, thinking the exact same thing.
Wait, what is your name? I know it's definitely not Clace.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
What is it then?
Hey, don't pry like that, Dante. Unless you want to tell us your real name, too.
Oh, shit. If these are all nicknames, that'd be kind of insane. That'd be a big twist.
Thought so.
I guess Dante isn't his real name either. Oh well, I'll still call him by his chosen name. They offer the same courtesy by calling me Delta, after all.
I guess I was just curious what you saw. Did it flag me as my real account or my burner account?
Burner, for sure.
Okay.
Good to know.
He scribbles down some notes in his diary. So interesting how lost he seems to be in that thing. If I didn't know any better, I'd actually find it a little suspicious. Thank you for the follow-up and Pop Seed Games. Welcome in. How you doing? How's your night been going? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving or Thursday if you don't celebrate it. We're just playing some Kumarabi today. For we to chill for a bit, considering it kind of don't super have the energy to want to play an actual game. As a small silence ensues, I decided to ask him about it. Like for a while, enjoying the vibes. Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I always kind of really enjoy the vibes of something like this. It's always nice to be able to just play a visual novel, just not to worry about pressing buttons or anything like that. Just spreads the story.
Oh, this? It's just for memories. So I can look back one day.
Maybe we could take some pictures or videos?
But it's almost been fun so far. I've been enjoying myself.
Well, those can be spread all over the place. This is strictly private. For my eyes only.
True.
That's fair.
He's probably writing about how annoying we are.
Maybe how annoying you are.
And to kind of shows that we have the ability to set the text to auto, but So well, not a big deal.
I wouldn't even complain.
Yeah, there's with things like Persona with stuff like that. With how much text there is, it'd be nice to not hit one button, just let it go. Part of the conversation continues. Kyron returns with a tray. As he places it down on the table, I gave my first look at the screwdrivers. They were barely even orange. It's like a glass of vodka and a splash of juice.
I told you they don't mind pouring extra.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, guess I'm off the deep end here.
He grabs his glass and holds it up with a smile.
Ready to get this started?
Let's go. I look forward to this. Yeah, you should try to keep it chill here. I mean, despite some of the some of the games we're playing, my intention for the most part. The screwdrivers are half empty by now, but I can feel it in my head. I definitely don't think they'd be drinking as much as I did at the nightclub. Let's exchange as stories of the good old days are told.
Didn't know you were that into cosplay, Dante.
Really?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's actually how I ended up meeting Isaac. He had a bit of a fanboy moment when he saw me.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, what's cosplay?
Costume play. Like dressing up as others.
It's definitely the same, considering Karen's voiced by Jonas Scott, who's probably seen enough of cosplay around.
Interesting.
He strikes a pose like he's thinking.
So if we traded clothes, we'd be cosplaying each other?
True.
Well, not really. We're not fictional characters.
I mean, he does kind of have a point, though. It'd be weird, but it still technically counts by definition.
You know, sometimes it feels like I am.
Huh?
You know, putting on an act while I perform and keeping that persona going during interviews.
That's the way you're thinking of it.
Oh, makes sense to me.
True.
So I could cosplay as Clace?
That's what else Stuart Lewis want to be a term. Yeah, that's a good point.
There's no way you could pull his stage outfit off.
I reckon I could pull it off in a couple different ways, actually.
Wow, you're all so smooth. I'm flattered. But we were talking about Isaac's fanboying.
No, we definitely weren't. That phase of my life is so over.
I can attest to that one. He was pretty timid. By
Okay,
the
for
time
bad
we
talk
met.
about it. Okay. No worries, so thank you for stopping by, Tim. You have a good rest of your evening.
I never actually heard the story of how you two met. Though I imagine it's a low point in the saga of our universe.
I bet.
Probably the lowest, yeah. I was working and he basically broke in the front door. All he said was, "Help me!" And that's all I needed to hear.
You do seem to have a penchant for helping people in need.
Yeah, that's kind of Isaac's whole vibe, just like helping people.
Makes it easier to fall asleep at night. But yeah, a bunch of fans were chasing him down. So I let him hide in the back of my store and I drove him home.
How did you know he wasn't just some creep?
Well, he is.
Really? Huh.
Fair.
I mean, I guess that works,
His
though.
intentions were pure. And even if they weren't, I've got a bat in my trunk.
Huh.
Like you could take me in a fight.
I guess, like, if it's a wooden bat, maybe not so much, but if it's a metal bat, ugh. Not sure what to deal with a guy who has one of those.
I couldn't. Hence the bat. Actually, it's still in my trunk, even today. So, make sure to remember that next time you cross me.
Cross me with a concussion.
Sheesh.
Do you always talk like this? I mean, it kind of seems like y'all hate each other.
Yeah, it's we still like each other, but we're really weird about it.
Actually, hate is now a valid form of love.
Especially nowadays.
Well, then I'm head over heels.
Sure.
Don't worry, I hate you too.
Yeah. Taylor Bushes and the subject is abruptly changed.
How'd you meet Delta then?
Oh, we've been friends online for a long time. We were chatting on and off throughout all these stories. Soon as they mentioned they wanted to move, I invited them over.
One big happy family, huh?
I'd say so.
Yeah, I would say so. You too.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Remember Dante? He tilts his head toward Clace in an inconspicuous fashion. Oh, it's Clace, okay.
Right.
I thought we were talking about him,
I
though.
actually met Clace through Taylor's stream. Figured I'd offer to house him while he took a break from work.
And then there's me.
I keep saying you bring a lot of stories to the table.
Trust me, you already have. We talk about you quite a bit in the group chat.
Good things, I hope.
Mostly.
Sure, let's go with that.
Sure, I guess that works too.
Am I allowed to join it, by the way? You piqued my interest now.
That's a hard maybe. Let me think about it a little more.
Alright, then think away.
He grabs his cup and chugs the rest of his drink.
Hey, y'all down for a game?
What'd you have in mind?
Well, there's something we used to play back on the colony. It'd help us to get to know each other better.
Huh. Be interesting.
Really? We played a game like that at the nightclub last week. I'm down for more, though. It's fun to learn all about you.
Oh, is it one of these again? He grips the pen in his hand as he speaks, like he's ready to write more.
I'm game.
I am so down.
Sounds good to me.
What are the rules?
It's pretty simple, but we can make it more interesting. How about I grab another round, yeah? You know, for punishments.
Let me guess. We have to reveal private information about ourselves. And if we don't want to, then we risk getting blackout drunk.
Okay, so it's just truth or drink. Okay.
Hey, you'll be spilling your guts either way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Gross.
The spirit that Karen goes up to order us another round. I assume Isaac loaded his account with some money to spend. Maybe we'll get the next round. I wouldn't want him to go broke so fast. It's actually pretty cool how I'm learning about life on the colony. They even have games to learn about your friends, just like we do. In fact, I'm willing to bet the game Karen wants to play is pretty similar. I finished the rest of my screwdriver and awaited his return. Every minute that passes, I'm more confident that we're in the right. All the Zeros should be able to experience what we've given Chiron. Whether by Cypher or Arcus' hands, it needed to happen. Now, sometimes it fit well with the bar's atmosphere. Second screwdriver sits in front of me as Karen looks at us with a smirk. It seems like we're playing a questions game again, but with some colony flair. Makes perfect sense, of course. Taking a zero meant learning about their culture. But it seems like, technology aside, their culture wasn't too different from our own. So no matter what was about to come my way, I think I'd be prepared.
Alright. Okay, this one's called Raise Your Hand. I'll explain the rules and take the first turn.
Well, nod.
When it's your turn, you make a statement. Raise your hand if, and then finish the sentence. If the statement applies to you, you raise your hand.
That's pretty simple. It's, as far as I haven't seen before, but it's simple.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah, very.
It's kinda like Never Have I Ever.
Hey, there's a bit more to it than that, though. You get to ask a follow-up question afterward, like why someone raised their hand, or even why they didn't.
Ah.
Great. Can't wait to be put on the spot again.
I'm not sure what I would love to be able to see them play Never Have I Ever like that.
This could actually be a bit more entertaining. No cards to play by, so we can go for the throat by default.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Please don't.
Well, I think Chiron's stepping up to bat. How about we let him set the tone for all this?
I'm planning to keep it pretty simple, actually, at least at first, so I know you're telling the truth.
Alright, but when do we drink?
I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought it'd make things more fun.
Thank you, honestly, I'll kind of need that.
How about if we're caught lying? Or if we refuse to answer the follow-up question?
And I'm surprised they actually had actual messages compared to just the achievements. I heard the noise like, oh, did I get an achievement or something? That's be weird.
I'm down for that. I'll just be sipping, though. Gotta take it easy after the nightclub last week.
Yeah, we gotta save our liquor for the New Year's Eve.
And to prepare for the quantum leap. New Year's Eve is always a big day for booze.
For sure.
Good thing I helped you carry all those bottles home, huh?
Couldn't have done it without you, man.
He holds his glass up for taking a sip, like he's saying cheers. We'll all do the same and look up at Chiron. It was time for the game to begin.
Raise your hand if you think your visions are set in stone, like literally fate, impossible to change.
This one's pretty easy for me since I've never had a vision. But almost everything I know tells me that they aren't set in stone. This is mirrored by the fact that nobody raised their hand. I guess he wasn't lying when he said he'd start with a simple one. But even lie detector tests start with some easy questions to ground you. I think it was for peace of mind, so he knows we're taking things seriously. He smirks, like the test was effective.
Kind of figured as much. I can tell you don't like being told what to do, whether it's Argus or even your own future.
And that is also fair.
Yep. We even made a pact to defy our visions. Didn't like the fact that we weren't a part of each other's.
A pact? Really?
It's like a blood pact, except not.
Yep. Well, except for Delta, of course.
Yeah, so just got in. Cameron looks at me a little confused. Just want to tell him that I haven't had a vision.
Oh, really?
He laughs nervously and rubs the back of his head.
But I'm not sure how to take that, so either my condolences or congratulations.
That's the way I think of it, I guess. Well, I shrugged. It doesn't really bother me being the odd one out. But it makes me feel very left out when topics like this come up.
I think I'm gonna choose, Clace for my follow-up.
Me? Really?
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you think our visions are real? Surely you're still a pop star in your own.
I guess.
But...
Well, it was still my choice to pursue this life. It's not like anyone held a gun to my head and told me to sing.
Then why did you?
It was an opportunity, so I'd take it.
The comfort and security, I guess? It seemed a lot less risky than my other options. But at the end of the day, I still had those other options. So it was more like a blueprint that I chose to follow. Or maybe it was like following in someone else's footprints. I still have the power to turn around and forge my own path.
I mean, it's more like following it in like your future self's footprints, so take it to yourself.
Do you really, though?
I think I've already said enough. Remember, it was one follow-up question?
True. That's fair. We all agree with a single nod.
Well then, who will go next?
I have a pretty good one, actually.
Go for it.
A smirk appears on Dante's face that I can only describe as evil.
Raise your hand if you've slept with somebody at this table.
Oh, wow. Oh. Oh my. Obviously I don't raise my hand. But to my surprise, Isaac, Taylor, and Clace all raised theirs. All eyes are on Clace despite the fact that multiple hands are raised.
Hey, Isaac and Taylor raised their hand too.
They live here. You've been here for like a week.
Well, it's definitely moving fast, man. That's kind of wild. Jeez.
I hate this game.
Takes a big sip of his drink, and advanced refusal to answer any follow-ups. The entire trio bursts into laughter, obviously except for Clace. I feel bad for him. All he did was be honest with the group.
Hey, I got a good one. Less embarrassing, at least.
Yes, please.
Isaac smiles and preemptively raises his hand.
Raise your hand if you think we're doing the right thing.
He tilts his head toward Chiron. The name is Mischief. That is true. No one later ever raised their hand. It was still he's only been here a week. He's already slept with someone in a span of a week.
Unanimous, huh? Well, I'm kind of flattered.
Can't be surprised, though, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all in this together.
Yeah, plus we've also we've already established during the last pivotal fragment that everybody's fine with it now.
Whether we like it or not, I might add.
True.
Yeah, but we're doing the right thing for sure. This time, the right thing just happens to go against Argus.
Right. Well, I guess it's time for my follow-up.
First, let's actually save this. We haven't done that yet today. There we go. Okay. He looks directly at me and points his finger in a dramatic fashion.
Why do you think we're doing the right thing, Delta? It was a tie between you and Chiron, but he's kind of biased.
Really? Okay. before even those against status quo, you need support in the ship out of surfaces, not punish them. Chill fashion, they're adapt, this is obsolete. Have a chance to start fresh, like me. That's right, that's what I was supposed to be doing. Let's go. Well, yeah, let's go with this one. I think everybody deserves a chance to start fresh, just like me. Everyone knows smiles up the answer.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I actually dig this game, Chiron.
It's actually pretty nice to have something like that, though. Jeez.
Don't mention it. Gotta repay you somehow, after all.
A moment later, Clay slaps his hand down on the table.
Oh, I got one. Raise your hand if you think I should sing karaoke.
Or actually, don't. Oh, okay. A curious question and nobody raises their hand. He was probably checking if any of us thought we were under suspicion. What a clever way of checking in with the group or making it under the radar.
Well, then I have a follow-up for Chiron. How'd it go when you ordered the screwdrivers?
Just as expected, actually. Scanned my phone, heard a beep, and I was good to go. Could have used a hand with the tray, but I understand.
It still works out, though, I think.
Oh, gotta love the validation. Everyone here kept doubting me.
I was a little scared, to be honest, but you definitely know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of a prodigy.
Yeah, slow down, Isaac. Who's next?
I wouldn't mind taking a turn.
Yeah, I'd love to actually have a turn, ask a question.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't know him that well, and even I agree.
Yeah, it kind of has that same vibe, really.
Hey, I promise to play gentle. I have a good question, I promise.
A silence ensues as if it's a challenge for him to prove his words.
Raise your hand if you're jealous of somebody at this table.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. In unison, everybody raises their hand.
Kind of figured as much. We're built to want the stuff that other people have. But now, I gotta figure out who to put on the spot.
One of the others is probably going to choose me. We all seem fine with answering, so there's no easy targets.
Let's go with Clace.
Oh.
Curiosity is getting the better of me.
Okay, ooh.
Again? Really?
Gonna day up on him now.
To be fair, you didn't answer last time, so I think this is better. Less embarrassing, too.
That's fair. But honestly, my answer is all of you. I'm jealous of everybody at this table.
Even me?
Especially you. This whole idol thing can really take its toll. It's like living for somebody else instead of yourself.
That's the way I think of it, though. I can imagine why they would, want to do that.
When my hiatus is over, I have to get back to work. But all of you get to keep on living this awesome life. They'd never let me walk the streets or go to a tavern.
Looks like we have more in common than I thought.
Hmm?
I mean, neither of us are fully in control of our lives.
Art here is cute. It is, honestly. The art is, like, super nice, though.
It's the industry.
Yeah, that's why I super appreciate this game, though. But, welcome in, Bunny. How are you doing tonight? Or how's your time zone going? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, or if you celebrate it.
I'm honestly surprised they let him take a break. Time is money, and now they're losing plenty.
I'm sure they'll recover. Got a lot of song ideas floating around in my head, too. If anything, this hiatus is just a big rush of inspiration.
Let's get that. Hello. Oh my god. Did I ever without that? That's true, though. Oh my god, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh yeah, how was your stream? I saw you were doing some, was it you doing Scott Pilgrim? Let me give you a shout out while we're at it. Here we got Stephanos World, yep, there we go. Oh my god, yeah, Pikachu. It's been so long since I played this game. It's a fun game, and it's hard.
Hi, Sneaky.
Yeah, the thing, I remember playing it like a while ago, forever ago. I mean, as I was playing it in 4-player co-op, but I we took down to the last level, warning about to finish it, which kind of sucks. But I think it's fine. But yeah, thank you for the raid. For those of you who are new, hi, my name's Coop. I'm Raccoon, as you probably tell. I played a lot of RPG adventure games. I'm mostly just a writer streamer with the focus on the Demon series, which I usually do every Monday. I don't usually stream on Thursdays, but I figured that it was kind of a special occasion, being Thanksgiving and all. But we're playing some Combo Ruby tonight. We're just you know, chilling and enjoying the city. We're in the last part of the second fragment map. So like, if you're interested in playing it and you don't want to spoil it, that is completely fine. Is not to super worried about. But yeah, yeah, so sit back and enjoy.
I could go for one of those.
It's been fun, yeah, though. I can't really make the end. So many race made sense to making the message. Oh yeah, that actually does make sense though. I can imagine what the whole you know, the whole sleeping's very train. Honestly, I kind of want to play more of the my fellow sleepings, but unfortunately, like that, you know, not a lot of them stream late at night, so it's kind of limited.
Is the writing getting hard?
Always is.
Cheers to that one, man.
Get our cups together and small ring echoes.
I guess it's Delta's turn now?
That's true. Everyone else has already gone. But I'm not sure what my prompt should be.
I'll call a stalling rule if I have to.
Different game, genius.
Yeah, take your time, Delta.
Argus, we're going to do six fun group. I've been positive vision to group. The first one seems too easy, so I'm thinking Dante with me. Risk keep it safe. Oh god. I'm debating between like the number 2 and number 3 here. So I'm thinking we'll go just don't raise your hand if you go on a date with me. Almost instantly everybody raised their hand. Not surprised. Even Chiron. I don't know why, but that kind of surprised me. A few blushes are worn, including one on my own face.
I'm only raising my hand because of how obvious it is. But it's good to know that I'm not the odd one out here.
I just think you're really cool. Wouldn't complain if we got to know each other better. In fact, it might even put me on the same page as
I
everyone
love
else.
that though.
I mean, I tried making a pass, but I got denied. Doesn't bother me, though. We're still good friends.
Friend zoned.
Oh my
Actually, I
god.
asked Delta to be my date for the Quantum Leap. Well, at least one of the midnights since we have 4.
Well, I'll be there. I'm just gonna leave it with the fact that I just said we just go as friends.
What a tangled web you all weave.
Like you wouldn't want in.
I mean, I'm sure. Just sorry for the plan is that I'm definitely going for Dante. We'll see if it actually works out, but that's my plan.
I'm not gonna sit here and deny it.
Wow, don't expect everybody to follow up on their own. But I guess I'm flattered, and at least everyone thinks out in the open. It might be actually a good idea to bond with Chiron when I get the chance.
Anyway, what happens next? If I'm not mistaken, that's a full round.
How about we finish our drinks and take a break, Wouldn't mind stretching my legs and checking out the tavern.
Right, it can't imagine it'll be that big, so I mean why not?
Sounds good to me.
Regroup in 10?
I might go touch up my eyeliner. How about we just regroup when we're ready?
Fine by me.
We all stand up and go our separate ways. Look over at Chiron, he's drawn to the dartboard. Do they have that kind of stuff on Colony? I wonder.
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Chiron 1.
Oh, I forgot there's like stuff in the middle of these. Okay, let's do it. I wonder if this is going to be as long as the first bit of last fragment from the first one. I decided to approach Chiron while I had some time away from the group. Even though Isaac explained everything, the man himself was still a mystery. It'd probably be helpful to learn more about him and life in the colonies.
Hey, Delta, watch this. Yeah, I'm calling a bullseye.
Sure enough, a moment later, he hits the center of the board.
Score.
He gives me a big smirk and turns to face me. I decided to ask him about colony life and if they had darts.
Now, of course. If it doesn't rely on technology, we probably have it. City folk who move to the colonies always bring new ideas, too.
I'll be surprised if they wouldn't have something like that there.
I've actually seen a lot of people abandon Argus. The colonies are nothing
Well,
without
Twitch cancel follows. Oh, yeah, it must be Twitch. But hi, Merle. Thank you for the follow. The boss over the dart he just threw it pulls it out.
Wish I could say the same about the city. No matter where I go, I feel
Cute.
so many eyes.
Not cute.
I know they aren't just admiring my good looks.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good evening so far. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. If not, then just a normal Thursday. Let's see. At least I don't have to worry about that with. Actually, you know what? I'm considering this. I'm debating right now. Yeah, when I look at Stephanie to marry good looks.
Right back at you, Delta. I'm really happy you chose to give me that apple. Now we're partners in crime, ready to take down Argus and look good doing it.
I mean, nothing wrong with trying a couple extra ones.
I doubt they'll go down without a fight, though. But right now, their inaction borders on negligence. People are starving to death, right at their front door. And where I come from, you never turn down a neighbor in need. I feel like we could teach you city folk a lot about life. It's a bit harder when every day is a struggle.
That's also fair. Well, thank you for the shout out from Merle. Actually, I think I'm also gonna do that too. Boom, there we go. Every day is a struggle? Asking something that's been on my mind this entire time. The people who abandoned Argus, did they ever seem to regret it?
If they do, they never really show it. I think they know what they're signing themselves up for. They're usually super happy at first, but then it starts to fade.
That is also fair.
I don't think that means they regret it or they're depressed. It's more like a honeymoon period where they appreciate the freedom. The city may be beautiful, but those walls are definitely suffocating. Once they can truly breathe, it's almost like they have a new lease on life. But, just like all things, it quickly becomes normal and turns into routine. Day in and day out, life on the colonies never changes. It's a cycle that's definitely absent in the city. As much as Argus controls you, it's still so chaotic. I never really know what's waiting for me around each corner.
Yeah, there'd be a lot involved with that. For sure.
It's definitely not Argus agents, though, and that makes me happy. At first, I figured it was only a matter of time before we got kicked out, but seeing the public opinion slowly sway it's actually pretty shocking. We always thought your views aligned with Argus. Gotta say, I half expected that apple you gave me to be poisonous. It was a big risk, letting you and your friends know that I'm a zero.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be hard to like, inject poison in an apple when they just bought it.
But it's a risk that paid off. Let's hope they continue to do that, yeah? Our lives aren't exactly risk-free. Yet.
Well, this is always the possibility, like, they could have, like, have razor blades in their pocket and just stick it in. I like how we threw the word yet in there. He definitely believes in the same goal that we do. Harmony between societies, a true, genuine give and take.
Anyway, sorry for the rant. Now that I can talk, I guess I don't feel like stopping. On the streets, I was almost too scared to say a word.
Ask him what made him speak to us then.
Desperation, I suppose. Or at the very least, hunger was a good motivator. But after all this time, I can't help but feel guilty.
Although, to be fair, it didn't much be very filling to just have an apple. You couldn't need more than that. Guilty? How so?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty resilient. I reckon I could last a lot longer without food than some of the others, so in my mind, sometimes, I wish you ran across somebody else.
That's a fair point. It's a little sad, but it's fully understandable.
And if one of my people do starve to death on the streets, I know that in my heart, I'll just wish it was me instead. So let's make sure that doesn't happen, alright?
Obviously I agree, since our goals are the same. We all wanted this conflict in the streets to end without death. It just remained to be seen who acted first, Argus or Cypher. It was like a standoff at the Old West. Both ready to shoot, both believing the moment when neither gun is smoking. We're to see observers, wondering which one will be left standing.
I gotta say, though, I feel like my life is complete these days. It's not like I never dreamed of living life in the city, you know? My vision just told me that it would be an impossible dream.
So, kind of really deep, though. Right. In his vision, he's older and still living on Colony.
When I first had that vision, I was absolutely devastated. It's like my future was taken away from me. At least the one I wanted. Made me feel like giving up. Like any attempt at fighting it would be worthless.
God, I do gotta say, though, that Jonah definitely did a very good job with this role.
It took me such a long time to accept what I saw. Spent so many years trying to prove it wrong and see the city. I remember the first time I got to see what was behind those walls. I'd go into the forest and try to find the tallest tree. When I got to the top, I'd peek over the wall.
Especially with this session too, actually.
It was so bright and lively. I almost cried. It was actually kind of pathetic. Just a simple reminder of what I'd never be able to have. I'd look at the people with a mixture of jealousy and hatred. They were kind of small since I was so high up, but I saw their faces. And they all seemed happy.
That's kind of awesome, though.
I knew that a lot of struggles we face on the colonies didn't exist for you. And because you weren't aware of that fact, you'd always take it for granted. It sucks so much to see people live your dream and not even appreciate it.
I can imagine that would be difficult.
One of my favorite things to do was watch planes take off, just soaring the skies between cities. What an amazing sight.
Hi, Zeffy.
Told myself
Welcome
that
in.
one day I'd get to experience all of that for myself. Despite my vision saying otherwise, I kept pushing
That
forward.
a bit of a big usefully.
Hope you can understand what I mean when I say I feel complete. Living in the city, being on a plane, it's just all I ever really wanted.
Game. Yeah, the Sitcom Ruby. It's basically just like a furry visual novel. It's been fun so far.
We always suffer for the choices of those that came before us. I never really got to know my parents.
Yeah, it came from
I
place.
think that's for the best.
Hey for the hug,
I was
by the way.
stuck there because of them. They'd be an easy target for my hatred. And having an easy target for your hatred...
Especially with how crazy that part is going.
And maybe that's why Argus and city folk are still so old-fashioned, clinging to this belief that the system makes you superior.
That's all fair too. I never felt this like the system or city life made me feel superior. For such great gameplay, up to quality in every game so far. Yeah, honestly, even though this is the only game in the series I've actually played so far, I would say I would agree with that. Especially since I heard that apparently he's remaking his first game, Major Minor. He's doing a remake of that one.
And that's why I'm certain I've chosen the right group. I mean, this might sound weird, but there was something different about you. Well, not just you, but the rest of the gang too. I felt like I could approach you.
Yeah, plus I also put the Winds of Change on my Steam wish list, so I'm looking forward to that.
It was the first time I ever got friendly vibes from someone in the city. So when I picked up on them, I had
I
to
definitely
catch
want to check them out, though,
immediately.
honestly.
Even if I get caught, at least you help me check a few things off my list. No matter how short or long this lasts, I still got to live in the city. And not only that, but I got to be inside a plane, too. It's all thanks to you, Delta. Can't deny it.
One of those greatest. A lot of us learn from it. Hopefully, they mess with love. I hope so too. Because I don't think I've seen too many like details about it, but I mean it looks good. They're kind of apparently they're kind of trying to get it into line with how Ruby looks. So I'm pretty sure to see how it goes.
I guess I'm just glad that I didn't have an easy target for my hatred. That allowed me to grow and meet people who I can love and appreciate. A real, true group of friends. I don't think I'll ever forget you or the rest of them.
We're happy to have you. Also for happy ending too.
Yeah, the happiest one we can snag. I feel like we can achieve it if we really try. Didn't you and your friends make a pact to beat fate?
We definitely did. They weren't a fan of their visions. I suppose that nice is help with a common cause. living life the way that we want, seizing our own future. It was a busy day. Yeah, I can imagine.
Living life the way we want. Yeah, that's perfect. No mysterious corporations governing our daily way of life. Just us and our friends. Maybe one day, even lovers.
Yeah, so thankfully my Thanksgiving was pretty calm. It was just me and my parents because we're just supposed to have somebody else over, another relative over, but unfortunately he got COVID, so kind of had to back out of it. But it was alright. Well, it wasn't too bad. Lovers. I kind of wonder if he's referring to someone in our group.
Anyway, thanks for the chat, Delta. You want to head back to the group and keep this night going? It's still pretty early. Maybe we can all raise our hands again.
I hope so. I know, it seems like a pretty good stopping point. Now that I know more, things seem completely different. There's no longer a sliver of doubt that we're doing anything wrong. So nice stuff. Yeah, I would say so. Karen was just like us, and she'd be able to live the life he wants. Whether that was in a city or the colony, that should be his choice to make. I still have some questions for Chiron, but nothing immediately pressing. It was more like, how did he get in the city? Lots of leftovers. Actually, surprisingly, no. I think we kind of bought stuff for just 4 people, so we managed to deal with just the 3 of us. So yeah, more like how to get in the city. Him or her fan must have had ties to Cypher and Hermes. But what he said, I doubt it's him. Must be someone else. We sit back on our table and quickly assembles. But the man who felt like an outsider now feels like a true friend. We're in for a night that'd be just as memorable as a nightclub.
Nothing like a nice little breather. I take it you're all good to keep going?
Let's go with it.
I could go all night long.
Yeah, I just wondered that this bar is like a 24-hour running time.
Yeah,
It would be fun
bring it
though.
on.
I like that.
Got a nice game of darts in, actually. Maybe we could go head-to-head sometime?
Oh, that'd be amazing though.
Oh, I'm really good at that.
You are?
Yep.
Never would have guessed.
Ah, that's fair.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, you just have a certain aura.
Like an aura of bad aim?
We're bad aim. There's not the weird kind of aura though.
Sure. You're right on track.
Sure.
You should have seen me on Taylor's stream then. If you want to talk about bad aim, talk to him.
Hey, don't throw me under the bus like that. I was just going easy on you, since you're new.
Oh, so that's you're right about that. During the supplemental fragments from the last parts, they were talking about apparently that Taylor was going easy on him.
There's no way you were going easy. I could see the panic in your eyes when I came for you.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to admit that you're better. He says the same thing no matter who he loses to.
It's like, oh, my controller was broken. That's it.
Oh, come on, man.
Sorry, Taylor, but the truth is the truth. At least your viewers tune in for you, though. Your personality is the winner, not your skills.
That's also fair.
Well, I can't exactly be mad after a compliment like that. You're right, though. We all have our own strengths.
And weaknesses.
And everything else.
True.
Yeah.
Definitely got my fair share of those.
Says the self-proclaimed prodigy.
Just that pride in play, I guess. But I know I'm good at what I do.
And you have living proof of that now.
Got a whole entire friend group to spend time with. He points to himself and his play of pride.
Well, Isaac didn't do all of that by himself. He had a little help from you-know-who.
Ooh, Dante?
Yeah, he basically stole the joke and got all the credit. As much as you thank Isaac, you should thank Hermes, too.
Oh, probably him too.
Well, then if I ever meet this Hermes, I'll give them my regards.
Let's just hope that it's not behind bars.
Good point.
Couldn't be that bad. A prison cell or city walls, it doesn't even matter. You're all stuck in here, forced to live life the way they say.
But at least you'll have a home, even though he's probably stuck there.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but it also happens to be an awesome, luxurious life, so even a prison cell would ease a lot of my struggles. In fact, it might even be a welcome change.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be fed. Not as much as, like, normal life, but you'd be fed at least.
They can't do that, though, right? You gotta be in the system to have a criminal record. With no digital logs, you're almost like a ghost.
For me, they probably can. At least now.
He holds up his phone.
Right? But all your friends?
Not sure. Seems like new territory for Argus, too. That's probably why they haven't actually responded yet. New situations call for new rules and protocols, right?
Dante every time I cry. I mean, that'd be fun, though. I kind of... Yeah, to be honest, I never was, like, super... You know, super, like, into the Devil May Cry series, but I did play through 5, though.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, the 5 was fun, but, they're supposed to be the ones I did.
Weird, isn't it? We're like right on the verge of history. Almost feels like the world is standing still.
Yeah, especially for me. Remember, those are my people out there.
You must be feeling a little hopeful, though.
I would hope so.
Kind of finding it hard to feel that way. Especially when the news keeps doing what it does. Fishing for sympathy views, showing all my people starving.
I can imagine it's tough, yeah. But there's one major takeaway here. And it's something important. For the whole world.
What are you on about?
I'm not sure at this point.
It's something we've always wondered, but we never knew. But with everything going on now, I'm almost certain of it.
It's like, is it all the drinks that, like, that removed his filter? It sounded like way too deep right now.
Argus isn't invincible. If they were, we wouldn't even be here right now. The cracks are starting to show, and we can all see it.
So I can imagine that the drone probably hasn't even seen anything yet.
I guess you're right. Didn't expect to get this far, at least.
That is true, though. Mostly.
And even if we lose, it's not really the end. There's always someone who's willing to stand up. Whatever we can leave behind will be invaluable to them.
Just like Cypher left the blueprint for you to follow.
Ooh.
Exactly. We should come up with some sort of failsafe. You know, a set of files to leak if we end up getting caught. Something, anything to let people know what we did and how.
That'd be interesting, though, to see that happen.
What happened to all that confidence?
So, like, if you get caught by the police, so then you just reach behind you and just, like, hit the button, and on a screen it's like, files downloading. Uploading to the internet.
No, it's still there. This is purely worst-case scenario.
It's like one of the, I think it was on one of the late scenes, like the first Watch Dogs game, where they had something similar to that. I found it odd they were talking about this stuff out in the open. But it's not like this place was packed or people were listening in. It's also clear that the bartender was out of earshot, so it's not a big deal. Although it's smart to plan for the worst, it was still a little unsettling. If we could leave behind something useful, though, then it was a good idea. Sometimes ideas pass down from generation to generation before becoming the norm. As much as I'd like to come out of this unscathed, there's always a chance that we have to pass the torch. With everything Isaac has said, though, I think this need to qualify for the task. And that is what garnered most of the trust I have for him. A man who can make the impossible happen is the greatest threat of all. Especially against those who in their arrogance see themselves at the top. Against a lot of people. Yeah, I got a decent raid a little bit ago.
Cute.
I'm also not cute too. Hi Derek, welcome in.
This is all certainly cheerful and uplifting, but remember, we were talking about darts. Yeah? Starting to think you're just too scared to challenge me.
Oh, I certainly am. I wasn't trying to hide it, though.
Yeah, I think Clace is the one that challenged you. And from what I experienced, he does know how to aim.
And I hope he doesn't know how to aim. It kind of depends like if it's a gun or a dart.
Right. Sorry for getting sidetracked. You still down to face him, Clace?
Oh, I don't think so.
Huh? Everything good?
He looks around, totally nervous. Pen in hand, he was scribbling his diary.
Well, remember when I asked if I should sing karaoke?
Yeah, but none of us think we're in any danger.
I'm starting to think that we might be.
Cute.
Oh, still not cute. Hi, Dilly.
Huh?
What's wrong?
Well, when I asked, I noticed a few people staring our way. It's been a while, but they haven't stopped. It's creeping me out. Especially now that we're talking about matters at hand.
Yeah, probably should just stop talking about that.
Aren't you famous or something? I mean, even I catch myself staring from time to time.
Well, this is a bit different. One or two people usually turns into a crowd. Especially as they tell their friends and post on social media.
What can I do on Thanksgiving? It's been good. It's been a pretty. It's been a nice day. It's been pretty chill. I haven't really I didn't really go anywhere. It just basically had dinner with me and my parents because we had someone supposed to come over, but he ended up getting COVID, so wasn't able to come over. But it was good.
Happened here. They just keep staring. I think that's enough for me to point it out. Have you noticed?
Can't say I have.
Wonder if they're even able to work for somebody for that.
Don't have eyes on the back of my head either. This is on you and Chiron, man.
True. Only place in Chiron can see over there. Even in my seat, I don't have the right angle to take a look.
Yeah, I noticed, but I'm used to people checking me out. That fact aside, there
Yes,
are
Roth.
people looking our way.
Welcome in. Says he must have come over from the raid.
What do we do?
We can still hang out at home.
Doesn't matter to me. Especially with all that alcohol we took from the club. If we can stay safe and save money, that's a win-win.
Yeah, it's always good to save money, though. I'll say.
So I have to sing then?
I mean, it was your idea.
True.
I think it'll help us out no matter what. If they are fans, then they'll appreciate the show. And if they're Argus, then it'll distract them while we slip.
Hello. Thanks for the follow, Roth. Let us see you're enjoying the content.
Wait a minute. If it is Argus, then what happens to me?
Hey, it was your plan. Didn't you think it through?
Thinking things through isn't really my strong suit. But don't worry, I'll sing and then meet you back at home. I guess my main priority was your safety instead of
Hey, nice. They got that 3-string streak going.
Sure about this then?
Enjoy this extra points. I can imagine probably a good chunk of it will probably be spent on more cutes, which are wrong.
Absolutely. It was the plan after all. I can't just back out because there's some uncertainty.
He smiles.
I learned that one from you, Isaac. If you gave up, we wouldn't even be here right now. When things get difficult, you just try even harder.
Yeah, been doing that a lot lately. But thanks for the distraction, Clace. I'll find us a route home that's drone-free.
Isn't that a bit extreme?
Yeah, it'll be
Not
fine.
if Argus is watching us, no. The first thing they do when we left is check the streets. Those drones can scan our faces, remember? We'd stand no chance.
That's fair. So, the party continues at home.
Sure looks like it. Hate to cut things short, but I think we need to.
Hey, Clace, can you promise me something?
What's up?
Please sing us a song at the Quantum Leap. I'd love to stay and watch you now, but yeah.
I would love that.
Sure thing, Dante. I'd love to. You're expecting a big crowd, right?
Oh, that'd be. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it's private property. If anyone seems suspicious, we'll kick them out.
Well, still, at least you have the right to do that, though.
Sounds good to me.
He stops singing for a moment and then scoffs.
On hiatus, and I still end up performing. Somehow I knew this would end up happening. You're all free to go, though. Your savior is here.
I guess he really is acting as her savior. He's the only one that can use a necro distraction after all. You know, from right now, it seems like they're redeeming anything with like the coins. I wonder if it's part of like the triple being Twitch mobile. I don't know, it's hard to say for sure, honestly. But I do worry about what happened to those people who were agents of Argus. They never do summons to an out from public, would they? It definitely seems like this is the best possible distraction for us to use. Night of safety in our own home definitely beats a night spent under the prying eyes. Kind of ironic when Argus already watches us almost all the time. I'll close the app, let it back up. Yeah, might be better to do that. I think it might work. But there's something about those specific four walls that make it seem safer. So if we should be anywhere right now, it should be within those walls. Place approaches the karaoke stage and chats with the operator. A few moments later, as he steps on stage, we start to make our way out. Looks like for some reason, we'll be leaving through the back door. I assume it has to do with Chiron, or the position of those Argus drones.
Hey, well, I wrote this one a couple years ago. It seemed to do pretty well, so I hope you enjoy.
Advance this text box to start the song, and advance the next one to end it.
Okay. Go listen to it for a bit.
I've lived my life being afraid to break these chains, chaining me to what's been safe. Shame, I cannot take
Ooh, it's nice.
sick of all these games. So what do you say? The bullets don't make it fun when you're reloading the words like guns. Yeah, my veins they pound like
Oh, that's a nice song though. Is there anything that mention to like how this is different from, you know, it looks like that this is definitely Clace's voice, but you know, considering he's voicing the game by Casey Modulo, so it's definitely different for sure.
like the pain is going to end. Let's settle this like friends.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the teardrops fall like rain. The way they're landing on my brain, it's driving me insane.
Actually, I wonder if they have like, the soundtrack for this game like somewhere. Actually, I'm curious. Let me look at this up here. Let's see, search. Oh, maybe. Nope. Okay. Place, maybe. Oh, nice. Oh, it actually does have the soundtrack though. Or does the app? It does actually have the soundtrack, some of the songs like on Spotify that Place does, which is cool. I like that. The thing, maybe once we end up, I'll probably put some of those on. Or actually, let me see. I could probably put share, follow you. Why not? That's something cool though. Actually, I'm kind of glad that they have an easy way to be able to listen to some Places songs. Oh, I think that is it. So let's go. That was a good song. I like that. Pretty nice. It's also awesome that you get an achievement for listening to his songs in this game. Which is cool. I like that. As soon as we exit the tavern, we start following Isaac. He has his head buried in his phone, trying to find a safe route home. The drone coverage must be extensive. It's surely a feat to dodge them.
Hold on. We should be safe in this alley for a few minutes. I'll calculate the rest of the route and send Clace a screenshot. At least then he'll know how to get home without being seen.
We all agree though, right? That wasn't Argus, just some fans.
Can't say for sure. Even then, we need to err on the side of caution. I can take a deeper look at my follow-up interview.
Yeah, I'll find out what's going on with that, because that sounds interesting.
You're still planning to go to that?
Of course. I have no reason not to.
Well, we're currently running in fright from Argus. The last thing I'd want to do is walk into their HQ.
I guess that's what separates us then. No need to panic unless I'm given one. I just want Clace to feel safe while he's here.
Yeah, there's kind of... It's all we need to for him to be running around if they face trouble, like during a hiatus.
You know, this is the only downside I've noticed about city life. You're all terrified of Argus, while the Zeros take a stand.
Hey, us city folk are taking a stand too.
Yeah, behind the mask of Cypher. Whoever this Hermes is, they're kind of a coward.
It's just we haven't seen him yet, so who knows?
Hey,
That's right, fair.
not nice. If it weren't for Hermes, you wouldn't have that phone. It was their blueprint that I used to beat the system. Whatever Hermes is planning, I'm sure it'll work. You're living proof that Argus isn't invincible. Knowing that can make all the difference.
Yeah, and their inaction only makes them look scared. But it's still smart to be cautious, especially right now.
That is a good point.
And remember, this conflict is going to end in a week or two. Argus only has a few possible moves, and most play into Cypher's hands. The only one that doesn't is forceful removal. But I doubt they'll resort to that.
It's almost like a freaking chess match all of a sudden with them.
What makes you so certain?
If Argus wanted to rule with an iron fist, they'd already be doing it. Giving us a score and letting us control it. There's some trust there. It might not be ideal, but it could be a million times worse than it is.
That's a good way to think of it. I think, though.
That's a pretty big assumption to make, Taylor. Like they treat their enemies the same way they treat their subjects.
They might not have a choice.
You think so?
Well, Argus has so many eyes on them right now. I'm guessing they don't like the taste of their own medicine. They'll probably take the option that society wants the most.
Okay.
And public opinion is with the Zeros.
Yeah, it has been that way for a while, though.
Exactly.
That makes sense for like normal life, too.
Wrong. In fact, he'd know more about that than anyone. When you're on a platform, you need to please others, even more than yourself. As easy as it would be to kick your friends out, it's not the play. Their next move, or lack of one, will affect how we see them. For once, they have to factor in other people's feelings.
Yeah, we're still gonna make the moves kind of difficult, because if they do something bad, it's gonna piss off the people. They might rise up.
Yeah, I count on my viewers to hold me accountable. If I ever slip up, I want to hear about it so I can correct it, and ideally stop myself from slipping up in the future.
I've been thinking of it, though, I think.
Awfully responsible, Taylor. Never would have expected that from you.
We're all a bit startled, not even noticing that Clace returned.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
Yeah, they did the song fast.
Oh, I started to follow your route and heard you talking. Things went fine, by the way. No one followed me.
So they were just fans then?
I'm not sure. I got out of there before I got the chance to tell. The owner actually recognized me and helped me sneak out. Of course, not before giving me a few shots in the house.
Like they were just carrying them with them.
Ah, damn. I was kind of hoping we'd find out for sure. Sometimes not knowing things is just way worse.
Yes, but it makes you sound like more paranoid now.
Like I said, I can take a deeper look at my follow-up interview. But remember, I already looked earlier today. We're clean. I doubt anything changed in a matter of hours, Taylor.
Fair.
So, are we ready to continue?
I think so. Clace, you good?
Those shots went straight to my head, but yeah. I couldn't turn down free drinks. Not from the owner.
I hope that maybe being a little tipsy isn't going to be a problem.
I'm gonna say something controversial here, but I think we should let Chiron come back home with us.
Really?
Yeah. If Argus is after us, that means they're after him too. We can't just let him go off on his own. It feels wrong. Even if the chance is minimal, we shouldn't take it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably better just to keep them together, so it doesn't get arrested if we don't even know.
about that, Isaac.
If he's caught, then we're the next people they'd come for. We need to stick together like we always planned. Remember? If we go down together.
Exactly.
If you say so. But that pride is going to be the death of you.
Trust me, I'm counting down the days. But, looks like you got lucky, Chiron. You finally get to come over.
Under the most auspicious circumstances, too. We just better hope that Argus doesn't come knocking. I'm not quite close enough to take a bullet for any of you.
Also, none of much defense either, considering the fact that he's like just wearing a vest.
Don't worry, I'm pretty quick on my feet. We might have to worry about Taylor, though.
What?
Hey, I'm nimble.
This looks very nervous, and it's tugging a scarf.
Any chance we could talk about dying a little less?
Seconded.
Thirded.
Fine. The rest of the route is pretty simple, actually. Just follow me and we'll be home in no time.
I start to follow Isaac, and my mind is racing. Everything makes sense, but it's also scary and risky. Bringing Chiron home so early on? That wasn't part of the plan. But he was right. We couldn't just give him that phone and then ditch him. Especially because things were going differently than we anticipated. He was one of us now, and we had to take care of him and treat him as such. Even if that meant making a dangerous move. Our fear could be a self-fulfilling prophecy that tips Argus off. But I would never forgive myself if we'd left Chiron and something bad happened to him. This is our responsibility now. That's what I repeat to myself as we make our way home with an abundance of caution. The only thing that could save us is the resolution of the protests that rage on. It's like a cone was in the air and slowly falling down. We just have to hope that it lands on the right side. Not just for us, but for the safety of everybody. Interesting, I see. Lucy knows that we made it home fine-ish. Since we arrived home, we head to the kitchen. Just as expected, there's no beep or announcement when Isaac unlocks the door. I assume that he's put his bonds back in place after Dante last removed them. It's weird how far removed we are from that initial conflict. Back then, those bonds seemed to be a major cause of quarrels in the house. But things have certainly changed over the last week or so, for everybody. When I stop thinking about it though, it's still the same central conflict. It all boils down to how much they're okay with Argus being in control. It's still an issue that boils down to society clashing with the system. At least now, with the people on the streets, things are changing. For the first time, public opinion is moving in favor of the Zeros. It's like seeing these people and their plight change minds. I said it before, but it's a lot easier to fight and discriminate against the concept. That's what the Zeros were to most of us still a couple weeks ago. A concept. Something intangible, a convenient target for judgment and hatred. Thankfully, being the group are level-headed and incapable with that hate. Especially not toward a group of people who just think differently than us. Oh, there we go. I wish the people in power were as impartial as we are. Though I guess calling us impartial is kind of stretching the truth. Our allegiance is clear with the Zeros and against our world powers. This is better to say that we sided with justice and equality for all.
Well,
jeez.
I just feel like bringing Chiron home was the ultimate test.
Oh, you know who does that?
Walking outside or in a cafe just doesn't seem as wrong. But now we're definitely abetting him. So there's that. If they were watching us, they'd be waiting for a slip-up, something they could pounce on and use to take us down. But we seem to be fine. There's definitely been no pouncing tonight.
I hope this case.
Looking to change that?
Silence.
Leave it to Taylor to make anything thirsty. But, speaking of thirst, you all down for another beer?
That's the one in the can, right?
Usually. I guess it depends on your preference. We could pour it out on the sidewalk if you'd rather use your fingers.
Or just pour it on the carpet.
Dante, come on.
Oh, bad joke?
Actually, it was pretty good. Something tells me I'll never live that one down.
Yeah, you probably won't. Hold on. I'll go grab the drinks.
I'm fine with that one if that's okay. I think I had a few too many at the Wayfarer.
Seems to be a thing where they're string like crazy on these culmination fragments. And they end up doing hair after that.
That's one way to put it. He said he'd hook me up if I ever came back, too, but I don't think I'll get the chance. Work wouldn't allow it.
Dante returns with the beers and places them in front of us. Except for Clace, who already seems intoxicated enough.
Is work really that restricting?
I'm probably downplaying it, to be honest. They basically have to approve my every action. This hiatus is killing them. I can almost feel it.
Although I hope he didn't really super care about that, though.
But I promised them more albums and tours in exchange, so that's what sold them. They'd never let me do this for the fun of it. Everything I do usually comes down to, is this making the label money?
God, it feels too real, though.
Or costing them money, in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to cancel a lot of interviews to make this happen. That's why we had the nightclub to ourselves as well. It was going to be used for an autograph session.
Man. That's something I would say.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. How much money did that cost the label?
No idea, but I'd guess a lot. It's not even a good way to meet fans either. Most people just want the signed photo so they can sell it.
I'd be surprised there are more people actually want to do that. I know, like the majority of stuff that I've done signed, I still have.
Yikes.
At least over the last couple of years. There's like, it's sentimental value.
People pay money for your signature? You have it so much easier than the rest of us.
Yeah, for real.
How can you tell what their intentions are, though? I feel like I should ask for the benefit of my own signings.
Oh, I just have to ask them who I'm signing the photo for. If they don't want it personalized, they're likely looking to sell it. At least, that's what they taught me when I was in PR training.
PR training? Like talking to the media? Way too intense. I could never handle that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to do that either, because that sounds like a lot, though.
How do you cope?
There's a few moments that make it all worthwhile. And for everything else, there's vodka.
Ah, good. Stupid thing of it. Everyone lost the joke, and the rest of us raised our beer in the air.
Ready to give it a shot, Chiron?
If I had to answer based on the smell, I'd say no, but I'm not about to back down from a challenge.
Sure, why not?
And there's the toast for the night. Here's to not backing down from a challenge.
Yeah, we stick it out to the very end.
We touch our beer cans together and each take a swig. I didn't drink that much tonight, and I'm still perfectly sober. I had to take it easy since Quantum Leap was coming up.
Okay, this one is actually disgusting.
Seriously?
I kind of like it.
Might as well go outside and bite a pine tree.
Yikes. It seems like a hard way to think of it, though, I think.
It is not that bad.
It's an acquired taste. I'll give you that much.
Well, here I go acquiring.
Takes another large swig and coughs soon after. Isaac leans forward like he's about to say something important.
You want to see something cool? I've been getting the backyard ready for the party.
I still think we should have hosted it at my place. More room, and I got that pool in the back.
Oh, they gotta keep it like somewhat simple, though.
Also, it was your idea.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But you want everyone to know where you live? I figured I was doing you a favor by hosting it.
That is fair.
Fair.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Besides, I think you'll like what you see. Sharing a beer while the sun sets is a lot better than staying inside, too.
Can't argue with that. Go on then, Isaac. Show us the way.
Oh, gee. Oh, it's kind of a nice backyard, though. Oh, see, even got like an outside TV. Ah, that'd be amazing to have like your own TV like in your backyard. We made our way to the backyard and I'm stunned by its beauty. It may not have a pool or be as fancy as Taylor's house, but it had character. And in my opinion, character would win over fancy tech any day. Fancy tech outside of the TV. It's actually my first time in the backyard, and it's clear that Isaac cared for it. And if it's where we're bringing in the new year, then I'm definitely excited.
Cute.
Also not cute. Welcome back. Hopefully that reset helped out. I've been uncertain if having a Hurry Squatter was a good idea, but I trust Isaac. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, duh. Considering it works, considering that happened, it works. Let's get here. You know how touchy the mobile app can be sometimes. Perhaps it'll be even more to our benefit, and let us blend in. Oh, good idea. Thank you for the stretches. Pay for that pass as well. Alright, this was probably a good time to do that, considering I was kind of like readjusting up my position to that. Pay for the water too. Whew, man. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Mark those off. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Cover these. And boom, let's go. Workers never did come after us. At quite a party, we're the worst place to attack. Someone told me that if they wanted to deal with us, they'd do so in private.
So, you like it? I've been working on it all week. Had a few coworkers help me out too.
I must convince them to do that.
It looks awesome. Definitely gives me some colony vibes. Everything else in the city is way too bright and high-tech.
You should see Taylor's house sometime.
Guessing it's the opposite of this? If that's the case, I think I'll pass. The jet is already fancy enough.
Yeah.
And to think, I was about to ask you over for a date.
How about we do it at my place instead? We can set the windows to a more romantic view. Maybe the sunset, or even a city skyline.
That'd be funny though, actually.
How about the stars? I've always found them pretty romantic. Especially in the dead of night, too.
I'll have to pass on that one. Stars mean something different on the colonies. Definitely not conducive to romance.
Oh, yikes. Well, take a seat in a gazebo type thing and start sipping our beers. Smartphone, yeah. I noticed that definitely been a lot of times where I've ended up like fat fingering some words, but thankfully I've usually been able to catch it before I send it. At least most of the time.
Wait, what? Stars are different for you?
The meaning of them, yeah. It's just a silly superstition anyway.
I know about that, actually. Seen a lot of people talk about it online.
Anyone care to elaborate?
That's nothing special, but sure. In the city, when someone dies, you say they return to the earth. But on the colonies, it's the opposite. We say they return to the stars.
That's pretty interesting. I kind of like that idea.
Okay, that sounds so much cooler. Can't believe I've never heard it before.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It does either way it works, especially with people with different vibes, I guess.
I'm surprised Isaac has, honestly. There isn't much mingling between our two worlds.
I'm just a jack of all trades, I guess. Pick up a lot of random facts in retail. Like I always say, people love to talk.
For sure. I've seen enough of that with my job.
Do you ever do it then? Gaze up and remember?
Oh yeah, all the time. At the very least, it's still a pretty sight.
Cute.
Not cute. Hi, pizza.
So you're
Welcome
saying
in.
all our friends and family are out there somewhere?
Yeah, we're cosmic beings, and this body is just a simple stop. Once it expires, we keep on sailing that vast sea of stars. So even if we feel alone, we never truly are.
Should play some Cover Ruby tonight. I originally did everything scheduled tonight, but I figured that since there's a chance that I might after missing tomorrow's because I'm gonna be taking my COVID and flu shots tomorrow. If in fair we do something, I'll assume tonight to cover it up there.
It's definitely gotten. Makes our views seem super depressing, though.
Yeah, return to the Earth, it's kind of stupid. Yeah, trampling all over everyone that came before you. Nah, I'd rather look up and know they're out there somewhere.
It's probably gonna be kind of tough to do so, considering like it looks like from what I can tell the roof's kind of closed off a bit. How's your audio been? It's been pretty decent. It's that I didn't really do a whole lot because that's what we've usually just had like me and my parents and like one or two other people come over last couple Thanksgivings, but fortunately the one person who's supposed to come over ended up getting COVID, so it kind of that was out of the picture. So it's just me and my parents. But it went alright though. So thank you for the shout outs.
Do you think they're watching us? You know, to see what we've become?
Maybe, but I wouldn't be offended if they aren't. I imagine that limitless opportunities open up when we die. Looking back at Earth is probably the last thing on their mind.
I guess it depends on the person.
Probably. Anyway, Taylor, remember how you said the dead of night? At least you know how it got that name.
Oh, hello.
Superstition.
Dag, hello. Thank you for the raid. My God, man. Welcome in, everybody. How was your stream? I saw. I think they were doing. I think they were mostly just doing like just chat. I think it was something like that. I think for the resub too. 14 months. Oh, thank God. But yeah, how was your stream? Let's see. Let me give you a shout out while we're at it. There we go. We're just chatting. Okay.
I'm. Oh God. Oh God.
Right, Brown's 2 hours ago. Oh God.
I'm 24. I'm 24. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it sounded like it was going to be interesting because I'll admit I was looking for a bit before I started. It looked like it was definitely the end of summer though. I thought to say that. But yeah, all right. Yeah, so for those of you who are new, my name is Coop. I'm Rack, as you probably tell. Played RPG, adventure games, things like that. I'm mostly just a variety streamer who plays a lot of, has focus on some Digimon series. But today, oh, everyone follows there. Turns to your moms. It sounds like an interesting time for sure. Because I know I definitely was like I know I definitely was doing a couple like really huge tier lists like the last time I did those, and I was like, oh, I was so dead after that. But yeah. But yeah, today we're playing something over Ibby. I don't normally stream on Thursdays, but I figured we would do something a little special for the holidays. But yeah, let's go. We're I think we're pretty close to the end of the second tier list. Class between species. Oh, I forgot I had that on. Oh, okay. Let me see. What's about? Class between species. Oh God. Yeah, I'll admit I've never played G-Town in my life, so I as much as I want to go through with that, I think I'm actually going to go to send it back, but I appreciate that. So that I feel like I wouldn't have much of an opinion on that, honestly. Yeah, thank you for the headbats, by the way. All right, let's keep going here.
Well, I'm sorry for suggesting something like that.
Give me the garbage.
We just look at the stars and see infinite
Hey,
potential.
Dark. Welcome in.
A chance to make a wish, especially with someone
God,
you love.
Kind of sounds like the two go hand in hand. Making a wish under the watchful eyes of our lost loved ones? And if we're in love, then sharing that wish with a partner? Makes total sense why we'd see it as romantic.
Yeah, I think I said it last time, but this is probably my favorite my favorite sprite for Dante. To just seeing him just be all blushy like that.
Speak for yourself, Dante. I don't want my dead ancestors watching me make out. It's enough having the eyes of Argus on me all the time.
Well, I can appreciate that.
I don't think they're literally watching. I think it's more like a spiritual connection that's still in place. When all of us are gone, we'll still be connected by the stars.
Almost like a constellation of our own. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, but my plan is I'm definitely going for Dante, but if if something changes, I might probably try and see if I go for maybe either Chiron or yeah, I think maybe Chiron or Isaac. Maybe I'm thinking
Cute.
not cute.
Looking forward to dying?
Exactly.
More
Got those to make sure it's really nice for here.
Absolute freedom. Plus, an author dying has never really hurt their career. I'll be touching more minds and hearts than I ever could while I'm alive.
As morbid as it is, you have a point. I imagine I'll blow up a bit after dying too.
I said I never was like I mean, I would say that Taylor is like decent, but I never was like a huge fan of like how he wants to get into people's pants. So that's kind of like a bit of a turnoff for me, honestly.
What about you, Clace? Ever thought about that stuff?
Not really.
Really? Never thought about the legacy you'd leave behind?
And with Place, with dating a famous person, that'd be a lot to handle.
I guess I'm just
At
too
least this
busy
for me,
to think
though.
about that kind of stuff. But trust me, this hiatus has my mind going to a lot of new places.
And you like what you've been experiencing?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, for sure.
By now, we're all done sipping our beers. Calvin has stopped objecting to the taste. He must have acquired it. Or maybe he's just intoxicated enough that the taste doesn't matter.
Is it okay if I go and get some sleep? We'll be back out here partying in a few days anyway, right?
Yeah, it was like 4 more days until New Year's Eve. Hey.
Oh, of course. Don't feel pressured to stay awake. I can tell it's been a busy night for you.
Yeah, it's been a while since I sang like that. Reminds me of how tiring being on tour is.
Picked a pretty good song, too. I heard some of it on the way out.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I actually listened to like pretty much the entire song like while I was playing, and it plus also found out that apparently is Place's album is on Spotify, so then it might probably pull that up once we're done.
Still can't believe you sang your own song. Isn't that a little self-serving?
I don't hope so. I mean, I hope not though.
It's definitely not like that, Isaac, I promise. Besides, I serviced myself enough last night anyways.
Josh the Bow Wow? Hey, Lab. Thank you for the head pads.
What?
What?
What? Place stands up and wobbles like the booze hit him all at once. I jump up and wrap my arm around him. He seems pretty embarrassed.
Delta, just the person I wanted to see. Mind taking me back to my room for a little chat?
Oh, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Lab. I nod.
Whoa, I'm kind of jealous.
Guess you'll be raising your hand next time too then, Delta.
Maybe.
Oh, it's not like that, I promise. We've just both made big moves, you know? It helps to talk with someone in a similar situation.
Can I share more opportunities to flirt with Delta? That'd be... not Delta, what with Dante? That'd be nice.
I was only joking anyway. Sorry if you're having a hard time.
They must have to focus on like the one-on-ones maybe.
It's okay, Taylor. I know you well enough by now. Anyway, guess we'll see you all tomorrow?
Everyone looks at each other and then Dante grins.
Raise your hand if you want to go pass out.
I hope so though.
Already? Really? The night was just getting started.
So they must already probably just struck us all right now.
I think it's a good time to cut things short, actually. That walk home really took it out of me.
Yeah,
and the anxiety certainly didn't help. But this was supposed to be a low-energy night anyway. Gotta conserve some of our power for New Year's Eve.
Boring.
Yeah.
It's 4 days away, man. We can go back inside to hang out, but I'm all done partying. Wouldn't want to have too much fun without Clace and Delta anyway.
Yeah, that would suck if we had to miss that.
Fair.
Everyone raised their hand as if agreeing with Dante's earlier prompt. Empty beer cans are thrown in a recycling bin before we re-enter the house. As we all split up, however, I stick with Clace and take him to his room. My curiosity is piqued. I wonder what he wants to talk about. As we make our way to his room, the chatter and laughs fade into silence. Sufficed by a vibration in my pocket, they must be using the group chat. But right now, I have more important things to take care of. Seems like this is probably almost done. At least I would hope so. Because it reminds me of the fact that like the first like culmination fragment took like, I don't know, like hour and a half, 2 hours. Crazy. As soon as we enter the room, Clace makes sure to shut the door behind us. A few moments later, he turns around to face me. He looks completely sober.
Sorry, I wasn't even really that drunk. I just needed to get away from everything, you know?
I'm not sure I know, so I just shrug.
Don't you find it all a little suffocating, Delta? I mean, this fresh start could just put you behind bars. And my little hiatus, instead of inspiring me, could end my career.
It's a little scary, but I know we'll face everything together.
Normally I'd agree, but it's not like we're fighting an easy battle. Argus could be waiting for us around every street corner.
Just imagine like the similar terms to the RPG for no reason with this fight coming up. He takes out his phone and unlocks it.
Did you know that Cypher isn't the first group to oppose Argus? I've actually been looking into the history of all this. You know, the fight to make Zeros more equal.
Cypher isn't the first organization to try? Well, they've definitely gone farther than anyone other group, that's for sure.
It seems that way, but there's just no way to confirm it. Any information about the groups before Cypher is impossible to find. I can only see that the heads of those groups were apprehended. And never seen again.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot. What?
There's not a single mention of them after they were taken in. But that's not normal. It's like a scrub job. And a thorough one at that. I recognize the pattern because I've seen it happen in the idol business. I think we're climbing the wrong tree, Delta. And every moment that passes, we get too high to jump back down. It's more than I bargained for, and I just don't know what to do.
We should trust Isaac. He'd never put us in danger like that.
Are you sure about that, though? Or I mean, maybe he doesn't know about the danger. We may be smaller scale than Cypher, but we're rebelling all the same.
I mean, to be fair, it's like we don't have much of a choice.
If this doesn't end in favor of the Zeros, we'll be in trouble. I think Isaac is operating under the hope that Cypher will win, but after looking into the history of these organizations, I'm skeptical. It's very likely that Argus already knows who the leader of Cypher is, and I bet they'll disappear without a trace too. But Argus won't back down. Any investigation, however small, has a chance of being traced back to us.
That is a fair point. But we shouldn't feel bad. We're fighting for what's right.
But it's against all odds, and that's what worries me. Being a martyr is admirable and all, but not if the people forget you. They could take us out and then scrub our identities from existence.
Ugh. Jeez.
In the backyard, they were talking about legacies to leave behind. But we're up against Argus. They can snap a finger and we're just gone. No legacy, no martyrdom. We just messed with the wrong group and paid for it.
Well, there's no sign that we're in any danger. Not at all.
Well, the anxiety of not knowing is really killing me. I'm just not sure if I'm supposed to be part of this group. If we're all caught, then my career would be over and I'd disappear.
I really don't think Artist is coming after us, Clace.
You don't know how many times I've wanted the turn in Isaac. How many times I've written the text and had my finger over send. It's not easy, living like every day could be your last. It's terrifying.
Clace.
But there's a reason I haven't done it yet. There's a reason I've stuck by your side and everyone else's. I think my instinct to turn and run is just one the label forced on me.
That's a fair point, though.
Like I said, If we were caught, then my career would probably be over. It says a lot that I care more about my career than I do about myself. They taught me to put that first, since it's the real moneymaker.
Good point. Let's savor on it. Haven't done it in a while.
I'm always scared to do things because of how they'd affect my image. Even if they're things I want, and things I know would make me happy. That's why I haven't turned in Isaac. It's what the label would want.
I'm probably not surprised that's the case. I mean,
It's
jeez.
not what I want. And I struggle with that every single day. Especially since this hiatus has let me taste independence. Whether we're caught or I go back to work, I'll lose it either way.
Come on, your career wouldn't end if we're caught.
I find that hard to believe. There's not much love in the world for those who defy our leaders. Especially for those who build a platform and use it for subterfuge.
Well, I mean, what you can do is just like, standard rap music. Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely love those, the guys who are arrested. It's definitely good material for rap songs. So hey, I mean, it's fine. Yeah. Remember, public opinion is with the Zeros, not Argus.
I guess you're right.
Cypher wins, they could be seen as a hero or a pioneer.
A hero?
Yeah. If Argus loses, then we would be the bad guys.
I guess I just find it hard to believe that we'll come out on top. But you're right. If the tables turn, we'll be on the other side. I'm only just scared because they haven't moved yet.
We will soon. Remember what Hermes demanded.
Yeah, a revolution by giving out phones to all the Zeros. They're giving Argus the chance to do it first, but I don't think they will. I'd hate it so much if Zeros dying of starvation was the catalyst for change. Because then, how do you decide how many lives are enough? At what point would Cypher realize it's time to take action? That both sides see any lives as expendable is just awful.
Okay.
But it's the world we live in.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're going from with that. Because the contrasting spirit gives you a playful nudge.
If this all goes our way, I definitely wouldn't mind being called a hero. And it's good that we're close. Every hero needs a good sidekick, right?
True. Heh. I can tell get him enough affirmation. Yeah, Trent. Right now. His down moves aside and met with optimism. It's a trait that was definitely lacking before we started talking.
So, can I trust in you then? If I'm ever in trouble, you'll come to my rescue?
I figured to be the hero that rescued his sidekick, actually.
I guess it could go both ways. Then we're more like a team.
Do I think of it? It looks happy, but also contemplative.
Every good team needs a name, though.
That's... He's clearly having a hard time thinking of a name, so I decided to step up. Given our interactions thus far, I have a pretty good idea for our team name. Remember? Remember, lost and clueless. I hold up my hand.
Lost and clueless, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. He smiles and gives my hand a firm shake.
Seems to describe a lot of us these days. But I'm starting to see the light on the other side. Maybe Isaac is right. Maybe we will be fine. And even if we aren't, at least I've got my sidekick. Gotta say, I always liked the idea of my own knight in shining armor. Thanks for the chat, Delta. I knew you'd be the right choice.
Fish out of water, right?
But getting used to it more and more. If I ever need someone to talk to again, I'll let you know. That diary isn't exactly the best at giving me advice in return.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a chance to, talk back to you. I nod and smile, sensing that the conversation has reached its natural end. With what good nights, he jumps into bed. I take this as my cue to leave. But on the way out of his room, something catches my attention. His diary was resting on a desk that's placed against one of the walls. Around it are worrying amounts of empty booze and pill bottles. I immediately avert my gaze as I feel like it's none of my business. But then I immediately look back, a little shocked and worried. It was clear that it was taking a toll on him, and I hated to see that. But I can't start doubting him. I have to believe in him and his words. We're a team now, after all. He never turned us in just to save himself. At least, that's what I choose to tell myself as I leave him on his own. In effort to cleanse my mind, I check my phone as soon as I leave the room. Looks like there's business as usual. I don't think anyone knows how a place truly feels. Right now, the main concern is that Dante left his wallet at the Wayfarer. He certainly seems forgetful, doesn't he? Now to know more about him, though, I have to pick it up in the morning. It was a keepsake, and clearly I had meaning to him, despite seeming otherwise. He thanks me, and I return to my room. Like last time, I plug in my phone and stare up at the ceiling. My fatigue doesn't take me. It's replaced by a new wave of worry. I'll worry about what may happen to my friends. But I realize that we're on the same team. We're in this together. I cling to the feeling of togetherness and hold it deep into a sleepless night. Give me a lot, though. Crazy. I sit in the chair, bouncing my leg up and down in a state of anxiety. A restless night. I definitely hate to add more of those to the pile. But a lot of stuff is happening. Stuff I can't even talk about.
Well then, you definitely seem nervous. Is everything alright, Delta? What's bothering you?
Just didn't get any sleep last night, that's all.
I see. Bad dreams, perhaps? Those can easily get the better of us.
I nod, choosing to go along with the narrative he creates.
Just remember that they aren't real. Easier said than done, but it's a good starting point.
He scribbles down notes on my file. I wonder what he's saying about me in there. I'm sure he's trying to discern when his patients are lying.
You know, specters of the imagination can easily be our greatest foes. Not quite real enough for others to take notice.
Not cute.
Real enough to be
Hi, Finch.
all-consuming.
Welcome in.
Try not to let this get to your head, Delta. You've made remarkable progress since we first met.
He continues to scribble notes. I appreciate the validation.
A lot of people have a hard time adjusting to a new life. It's not exactly easy to leave everything behind, so I commend your resolve.
I suppose he sees this as an off day for me. Maybe it is.
This reminds me of an interesting thought exercise. Have you ever noticed how we remember dreams backwards? That final moment upon waking is the one that sticks with us the most. Then we piece it together bit by bit, retracing our steps the other way.
Actually, you ain't wrong with that. Although, like, especially in my case, like, I tend to like, just forget about most dreams I have.
Fragments of lingering memories scattered about.
But I mean, it works, though.
Complete, yet not quite whole. That is how people describe the feeling of Komorebi. Their visions may be one moment, but they still carry memories. How old you are in your vision is almost as important as the vision itself.
Interesting.
Imagine if your consciousness was thrust forward 30 years. You'd be a completely different person. The way you think and act. Kind of like how your bad dream affects the way you feel right now. But then, imagine that on repeat, almost every single day. You may never experience Komorebi, but this could help you understand it. And understanding it might help you relate with your friends a little bit more.
We're thinking of it. He gives me a wide smile, like he's super satisfied with his words. Thought of being lost in time scares me, and it makes me worry for my friends. Being forced to the future? Being forced to carry years of false memories? It would really mess with your sense of past, present, and future.
I suppose this is where I tell you that you might be cleared as a patient soon. So if there's any final advice I can give you, I feel obligated to do so.
We're almost done with them? Huh. Really? I'm actually kind of surprised.
The mental health of my patients is my greatest concern. Unfortunately, there are others who could benefit more from my time.
That's probably fair, though, considering, like, we've pretty much been normal, just outside of, like, but not having a vision. I can understand that, but I'm suddenly filled with sadness. This is an invaluable resource that I should be able to make use of. It's awful how I can't tell them what I'm really feeling, what I've really been doing. It hurts that I might not need the help he no longer feels willing to offer. But the part to give useful advice during our final sessions is appreciated. It's what I saw him as in the first place after all, a mentor figure.
The offboarding process is quite simple. I just need 2 more sessions to determine if my decision is final. A lack of issues to talk about is a pretty good sign in your favor, though.
And a parrot laughed, more like. I noticed that I've been stopped bouncing my leg up and down. It's like my body is at ease knowing I might be cleared soon. If that happened, we'd never be able to figure out what I've been up to. However, my mind is far from the opposite. It's interesting how our body can clash in such a way. Feeling ease but unease at the same time. Is there a word for that?
Moving along, did you see the latest August keynote? A little odd that they didn't talk about the protests.
But the imagine probably would make them look bad, so I figure why.
Although this nostalgia technology seems quite interesting. Even if it might be decades away, it's still a nice concept. From a purely therapeutic perspective, of course.
That's fair. That sounds vaguely familiar, yet I can't remember why. Didn't August mention nostalgia during their anniversary report as well? I asked him to elaborate, but he's cut off before he can speak. His phone rings.
Excuse me for a moment.
He takes his phone out of his pocket and accepts the call.
Yes? What is it?
He looks around the room as he speaks. It's almost like he's frightened by who he's talking to.
No, it's all going well.
He gulps.
Of course. I'll make sure that it gets taken care of. No, I wouldn't dream of it. Like I said, it's all going well.
Not sure like the way this is going. He locks eyes with me. For some reason, I'm terrified. I'm used to seeing him calm and collected. This is very unsettling. But he doesn't look away. It's almost like he's judging me.
The 5th, you said? Very well.
He breaks eye contact. I feel like I can breathe again. He's clear that his conversation is over as he nods once more.
Yes. Our future. Your way.
He hangs up and it smiles at me. A nervous smile.
Delta.
I gulp.
Do you mind if we pick this up tomorrow? I can pencil in another session. Something has come up.
I feel like I don't have a say in the matter, so I nod.
Thank you for being accommodating. I'll make sure that tomorrow goes a little better. Let's hope you get a good night's sleep, too.
Without another word, he looks down at his phone and starts tapping away. I take it as a sign to leave and make my way toward the exit. I can't shake this feeling, this awful paranoia. But I promised to pick up Dante's wallet at the Wayfarer. I have to follow through. I wouldn't want to let him down. But returning to the scene of the crime? It's scary. Oh well. Here goes nothing. They will maybe go to when the third map starts. I'm pretty sure there'll be another section after this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it up until when the third fragment map starts. I enter the Wayfarer, passing the outdated security scan with ease. Good to know that's not updated yet, in case we ever decide to come back here. It also gives me a sense of comfort that nobody was tipped off last night. We're in the clear. After approaching the bar, the proprietor walks toward me. My heart begins to race. For some reason, I feel like I was about to get caught, like our actions would catch up to us. However, with a friendly smile and a brief conversation, they hand back Dante's wallet. Of course, no one will comment about how outdated such an item is. What thing for someone to say when they pride themselves on their outdated aesthetic? I laughed to myself, realizing that everything was fine. I was probably just being scared after what Place told me about the previous rebel groups. Of course, as I make my way to the exit, everything changes. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the buddy, standing there, staring. I turn to face them, and much to my surprise, I see nobody there. Huh? My heart sinks to my stomach, but I believe that I was seeing things. That is, until I close my eyes and shake my head. It should grant me clarity. But instead, I see them again, locked up in fright and start to tremble. I know exactly what they are. They're an agent of Argus. With locked eyes, they give me a sinister smile. In this exact moment, it feels like our link is undeniable. I want to look away, but I'm almost physically incapable. Feels like a chase could begin with any sudden movement, like I'm some sort of prey. I suppose we are with what I've been up to lately. Does this one come to an end? A moment later, their sinister smile turns to something more warm and friendly. They tilt their head behind them as seeing me to look. It's the back door. The very same one they used to seek tavern in last night. They must know. Then they hold my hand, and the sight before me almost makes my heart stop. Resting in their palm is a single, glistening apple. Are they mocking me? The back door. The apple. Symbols of our treason. My treason. There's no way. Just then, someone bumps into me and I stumble back. They apologize and move on. When I turn to look at the back door again, the agent is nowhere to be seen. A wave of relief flushes down upon me, but worry still lingers. I may be safe now, but that moment changed everything. Perhaps it's meant to be a portent, a warning not to continue. Or perhaps the stress is getting to me and is simply my imagination. Either way, I take out my phone and text everybody. Meet me in the plane, immediately, all of you. Wow. That was a lot though, honestly. I wish with all my heart that what I saw on the Wayfarer wasn't real. But at the same time, with everything going on, it was too important to ignore. In a state of anxiety, I hide in the plane and wait for my friends to arrive. Thankfully, there are plenty of snacks and drinks in the plane. A bit stale, like Karen mentioned, but satisfying nonetheless. If we ever need to truly hide, this would be our best bet. I can't shake this feeling though, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Was I bottling everything up for so long that it's finally escaping? No, it couldn't be. I'll talk to my friends and they'll put my mind at ease.
Hey, Delta! Sorry to keep you waiting. Figured I'd round everyone up and drive here together.
Can't believe he convinced me to get in that death trap.
It's not a death trap, it's homey.
If your idea of a home is a torture chamber, sure. Can't believe people used to drive around in things like that.
He's simple like that. I don't know, I probably think that Eyes would probably be like a number 2 or 3 on my list, to be honest.
Like I keep saying, you'll thank me for having it one day.
That day is not today.
I can imagine.
Anyway, what's up? That text was kind of worrisome.
For good reason. I saw an Argus agent.
You mean just minding their own business, right?
I say nothing.
Right?
I shake my head.
What happened, exactly?
I saw him at the Wayfarer when I picked up Dante's wallet.
Oh, I'll take that back, by the way.
I nod and toss him his wallet. He catches it with ease. They were standing by the back door, staring at me.
That doesn't mean they were after us, though. Maybe they realized someone snuck in there and upped the security.
They stared directly at me and held up an apple.
That is problematic.
Yeah, very problematic.
That doesn't make sense. It's too perfect?
Remember what I said last week? Argus cracks down immediately. They wouldn't let us wander.
Yeah, they don't seem like the type to play mind games like this. If they were on our trail, we'd already be locked up.
Makes you wonder, though, what they're planning.
Don't they have bigger fish to fry? You know, like with Hermes and Cypher? Kind of figured we were small time compared to that.
I feel like they don't believe me. Is it worth the risk just disregard this?
Oh, we're not disregarding it. It just feels like we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Hmm.
Maybe they think we're caught up with Hermes? They could be gathering intel before they act.
You mean during the con next week?
Oh god, is the anime con to be the big thing for this private map?
If they want to abide by his timeline,
There's that case file.
I really hope we're not caught in the crosshairs here.
Call me paranoid, but I just knew something would happen. Everything was going way too smoothly.
They were probably onto us from the start.
Are we gonna get in trouble?
I hope not.
You might, but I don't know about me. I feel like I'll just get kicked out and go back to my normal life.
You instill us with so much hope.
That's probably fair, though.
Just part of the job. But you can't say I didn't warn you about this. Remember, I told you about my vision. Still on the colony.
What about Isaac's, though?
Has he actually told you what it is?
He still hasn't.
What do you mean?
Did he tell you what it is? Or did you just take his word for it?
I don't like what you're implying.
Just speaking my mind, that's all. Don't really have a stake in all this business. I'm only here to enjoy life in the city for as long as I can.
I find it kind of funny that they talk about Isaac when he's standing right there.
I won't even consider it an option.
Wasn't he saying anything about it yet?
What are we considering exactly?
Clay seems a bit lost in his diary, so with notes once more.
That Isaac lied about his vision and lured us into a dangerous situation. Or that he could be lying about any number of things he's said.
It could be Clay's too.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Always staring at us, taking notes.
Jeez.
I'm not taking notes.
What are you writing in there then?
It's my diary.
And you won't mind if I take a look.
Aaron walks toward place like he's on a mission. Wait. Almost immediately, however, Isaac blocks his path.
Chiron, stop. That's not how things work around here. In the city, we trust our friends until they give us a reason not to.
None of you see any reason.
I don't really see one.
I don't think we're being deceived, Chiron. If we get in trouble, it's just because we slipped up.
Chiron scoffs.
You trust too easily. It's a recipe for disaster, but I'm the odd one out, so I'll take your word for it.
Wow.
Good. Just calm down, everybody.
I notice that Clay looks terrified, clutching his diary to his chest.
Everything is gonna be fine. I promise. Delta, what you saw is alarming, but it's not a death sentence.
How so?
We're still safe. We can keep it that way. From this point on, we don't leave each other's sides.
That's a good plan.
Ooh, does that mean we get to sleep together, too?
Don't make it weird.
Taylor,
Sorry.
Oh my god.
if Argus is watching us, then we can't split up anymore. In fact, letting Delta go get your wallet was probably too risky.
It looks like Dante, who simply nods.
Works for me.
What about my streams?
We'll just chill in your living room or something.
And Delta's counselor sessions?
We can wait outside. I said we wouldn't split up. We'll all still be close by.
I like the sound of that, actually. Makes me feel a lot more safe.
Then I get to come to the Quantum Leap?
That'd be good. I like that.
I suppose you do.
Seems like a win-win to me. Maybe hook me up with that group chat too?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea at this point to bring him in.
Well, it seems like we don't really have a choice.
This all happening so suddenly, but seeing that aging was sudden too. Taking as close together as possible makes sense, at least in my head. We could all be on the lookout and we'd be a bit safer. It reminds me of those dumb characters in horror movies that they always split up. It was a lot easier for the enemy to take us down one by one. The parent relate to horror? Fantastic. I also don't think that one of us is a traitor or lie in any way. But sticking together would eliminate the possibility of shady activity. If we all kept tabs on one another, it'd be a lot harder to do anything malicious.
But we need some ground rules, just in case this agent thing is actually real.
Actually real? What do you mean?
I mean, I hate to say it, but we didn't see anything. We just have Delta's word to go off of.
Are you saying Delta's lying?
No, perhaps they're just mistaken. I've been on edge a lot lately too, you know. Definitely thought I saw some stuff in the corner of my eye.
I did consider that all would be in my head.
That's fair.
But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be cautious. If anything, this can just push us toward a better overall plan.
What did you have in mind?
Well, bathroom breaks, separate beds, and stuff like that. We can still give each other alone time, just in different rooms. The security in all of our houses is good enough to make that happen.
It'd be interesting to see how it's gonna work out, though.
True. If anyone comes near my house, I'll know about it.
Mine too. So those should be our safe spaces.
And this plane?
Could be risky. In our homes, at least we're in control. I have no idea what's going on beneath the surface here.
That's a good point.
If they could hear us in this plane, things would have ended a while ago. Remember, this is where you told us your grand plan.
Maybe that's what tipped them off.
Could be.
And remember who suggested that we come here?
It's just a Android place.
Chiron, you need to stop pointing fingers. We're all in this together, and we'll keep each other safe. Besides, I know Argus will give in to Cypher's demands.
You sound so certain it's almost coming off as cocky.
That may be, but I really believe it. And we can't get in trouble if this all goes our way. Like I said, we'd just be ahead of the curve.
Then we just need to buy time until Hermes' deadline.
I suppose so. It's what we would have done anyway.
Then what's the next step?
We should go to my place. Like I said, the security is top-notch. You know how much I value my privacy.
Let's go and think of it, though.
Yeah, don't want those wild fans to come knocking.
We can talk more about it there. This was all so haphazard, but I think it's a good start.
We'll look at each other and nod. Even in this new situation, it feels like we're back to square one. I start to hope that it ends in favor of the Zeros, by extension, us. Because if what we did is no longer bad, then we've been clear, I think. But I remember some earlier discussions that Argus may have already decided in secret. If that's the case, and they're also watching us, things could already be over. I hope not, though. Part 3. Yeah, man. And there it is, the third fragment map. Oh, why is that there?
Welcome to the third fragment map. This one functions exactly the same as the previous two.
I feel like you probably don't need to worry about actually, tourism that.
With that said, please continue enjoying your experience.
I'm pretty sure you probably get that already. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, but yeah, this is the third fragment map. I think we're... From what I heard, apparently there's 4 fragment maps, so I'd say there's probably like maybe 10 or so hours left, maybe something like that. What makes us the progress today? I've definitely been, super enjoying the way the story's been going. It's been pretty fun. We've only played for almost 11 hours. It's interesting. Oh, but yeah, up here. All right, let me see. We'll do experiment with this. If I found out about the audio splitter and stuff like that. There we go. Rid of that. Is this? The hell? That's not that. Alright, here we go. Alright. Turn things down there, and we'll put some... Oh, hello. Sorry. Daniel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, we're actually just about to end things off here. Let me put some music on here. Put a little bit of place music on. Figure out what makes things a little interesting. But yeah, it's been fun. I definitely thought I was able to get through more with this. And I think probably, I think probably next time, maybe. Yeah, so I think we're definitely do it next week. I'm thinking probably the week after next we'll probably do some more of it. But it's been fun. I'm glad to be able to finally get back to playing some more of this. And this is still kind of loud. Okay, there you go. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. Looking forward to getting back to playing more of this. Like, yeah, I said we're probably gonna do like maybe the week after next. We'll see how far we can get into the third fragment map. We'll see. See how that goes, because I'm looking forward to that. Because with the way the Wayfarer stuff is going on, and everything after that, it's definitely pretty interesting though. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Anyway, if you're interested, I do have a Discord. If you're interested in joining, that's an easy way to tell when I go live. If you're, it's a kind of a small community, but it's mostly just like, if you want to go on the live, do that. Also make some announcements in there too. That's usually like the first way to be able to know what I'm announcing for that. It's been a fun place though. But I also do have a special channel in there too, because you can see on the bottom of the screen there that there is the I am planning on for my 500 follower stream, which I'm super close to. We're gonna be playing whatever you guys want me to play. So if you're interested in being involved with the possible choices, you just join Discord, and there's the channel is called 500 Follower Stream Suggestions. You just leave suggestions in there. Once we hit the 500 follower goal, I will pick my top 5. And then we will vote on what you want me to play, and then we will do that whenever, on a future stream, probably somewhat soon after, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. If you're on Blue Sky, I'm also on there as well. So if you just give me a follow, there you can. It's all. I pretty much just post my live notices on my socials and on my Discord and stuff like that. But that's fine for that. There's a Blue Sky, and there's my Twitter as well if you're interested. Even though I can imagine people want to be still following me on that site, but who knows? But yeah, let's find somebody raid or edit. Yeah, thank you for all of your follows, thank you for all the raids. I'm kind of surprised. Probably the first time I ever had a stream like this big, which is kind of insane. But maybe I'll take that though. Let's see. Actually, let me see if surprise. Okay. So at least we haven't done any kind of a strikes for that or something, anything. Alright, let's see. Oh, mouse. Ba, 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 ba. Actually, you know what? Bad idea. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, it looks like the difference will go in. Okay. So I figure we'll do the make things a little nice. We'll keep the Sleeping train raid train going. This we're going to raid Pierre. But it makes it a little interesting. He's playing some Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario. So yeah. Anyway, so here is our raid message. As always, if you're a sub, you don't just copy it down. If not, here is a version for those of you with some free emotes. You can always just, copy that one, or if you're interested, just copy the text, whatever you might select around it. Yeah, it's up to you guys. It's like that. But yeah, the plan is that we're gonna be back on oh, maybe the follower chart freak. But yeah, the plan is we're gonna be playing Out of the Way 2 tomorrow at a normal time, 8:30 p.m. But there, as I said, there's a chance of it might have to end up canceling it, depending on how I'm feeling after I get my vaccines. But I will let you know if we had to cancel. But bottom line, we'll definitely be getting back to. We'll definitely be doing Select Paper on Saturday, so that's for sure. I'll stream it behind you. But yeah, thank you for the raise, thank you for the follows, thank you for the resubs, thank you for pretty much everything. But yeah, we'll see you maybe Friday. If not, we'll definitely see you on Saturday. So have fun, everybody. Take care. Bye. Bye.